Four Zoomers, the American way, just not giving up, pulling themselves up by their bootstraps there.
Seems
My
like
God.
it worked.
Yeah, it sure did. That God, it looked incredibly rough, but against all odds, they managed to take that Alchemist down twice. Then off the back of that one team fight, they managed to turn the game around. Some very clean fights from them afterwards there. Thunder Predator, knowing how Sad Boys felt in game number 2 of our first series today. It's not a great way to open your best of 5 if you're on Thunder Predator, but a hell of an experience for everybody watching.
Yeah, absolutely. And Thunder Predator, they struggled in game 1 earlier, but came back and destroyed Sad Boys 2 games in a row. So maybe this is the Thunder Predator strategy. They feel out their opponents, shake it off, dust themselves off, and then they put on their big boy pants. We'll never know. They saddle up, as we could say here,
Glasses sheen loudly, as they say.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the draft here. We've got this one underway. We get the first pick, Mars, out from Fort Zoomers. Brax loves playing this hero when given the opportunity, and they respond with the Mirana, picked up on the Thunder Predator side, as we could say here.
So that's Glasses shine loud as well as a good pickup for Thunder Predator.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the draft here. We've got this one underway. We get the first pick, Mars, out from Fort Zoomers. Brax
that's one of the biggest
loves
changes,
playing this hero when given the opportunity, and they respond with the Mirana, picked up on the
so
Thunder Predator side.
You get the Aghanim shard,
As we
you
could say
leap
here,
forward, you get the 1.5. Glasses shine loud as well as a good pickup speed boost.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the draft here. We've got this one.
That is another very nice
First
combination.
pick,
Is
Mars,
playable as a carry round. Both these heroes
loves playing this hero when
leave.
given the opportunity, and they respond with the Mirana.
Phoenix, definitely a hero you want to pick up with the Mars, though. Being able to stop them from getting that egg with that arena of blood is a great way. You get the egg in your draft. Mirana does deal with it quite well. That's again 9 jump over any potential wall that comes out from Mars.
Go ahead and take a look at the draft here.
That is another very nice combination. Playable as a carry, you have to worry about that.
Loves playing this hero when given the opportunity, and they respond with the Mirana.
Phoenix, definitely a hero you want to pick up with the Mars, though. Being able to stop them from getting that egg with that arena of blood is a great way. You get the egg in your draft. Mirana does deal with it quite well. That's again 9 jump over any potential wall that comes out from Mars.
Go ahead and take a look at the draft here.
That is another very nice combination. Playable as a carry, you have to worry about that.
Loves playing this hero when given the opportunity, and they respond with the Mirana.
Phoenix, definitely a hero you want to pick up with the Mars, though. Being able to stop them from getting that egg with that arena of blood is a great way. You get the egg in your draft. Mirana does deal with it quite well. That's again 9 jump over any potential wall that comes out from Mars.
Go ahead and take a look at the draft here.
That is another very nice combination. Playable as a carry, you have to worry about that.
Loves playing this hero when given the opportunity, and they respond with the Mirana.
Phoenix, definitely a hero you want to pick up with the Mars, though. Being able to stop them from getting that egg with that arena of blood is a great way. You get the egg in your draft. Mirana does deal with it quite well. That's again 9 jump over any potential wall that comes out from Mars.
Go ahead and take a look at the draft here.
That is another very nice combination. Playable as a
For some
Korang, macam mana ni?
Cik ni Nabila Huda kan?
Foodpanda, keriangan dengan setiap pesanan.
charge, the aura is fantastic now. I think Holy Locket is one of these items, kind of like the old version of Spirit Vessel. Like you just get one on every team, or the old version of Charms. You just get one on every team. There's no reason not to pick up a Holy Locket.
Dire's turn to pick.
We got Elder Titan now. That's a hero that we haven't seen as much of since the patch hit. The good old staple gun briefcase, man. Were you a staple gun or
Charge,
a
the
briefcase?
aura is fantastic.
I
think
now.
it depends
Holy
on
Locket is one of these
depends
items.
on the
Kinda like
day,
the
right?
old,
You know,
like,
I
the
think
old
today
version of
for Zoomers, they mean business. Elder Titan's gonna strap on his suit, his best tie, and he's just gonna put these guys to work. That's the plan here from this Elder Titan. He's just gonna beat down some people with this big old briefcase. The Ricky, okay, Thunder Predator, you're winning me over here.
You know, you gotta admit, Thunder Predator, they get you, man.
They do.
You wonder who these guys are if you come from North America. You watch a couple of their games. My God, is it entertaining?
It really is.
10 seconds.
Big fan of the Ricky pick here in general. It's a great counter to the Phoenix. Does well in lane against the Mars, especially when you compare or when you pair it with a hero like Undying. You have kill threat on the Mars. Normally Ricky does not, but when you, like I said, with Undying, you have tons of magic damage coming out from the Undying. You can drop him to low enough HP to where Ricky can use multiple blink strikes, tricks of the trade to dodge out spear and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a great one.
Wraith King.
All right, we got the Wraith King finally picked up here on Zoomers. Plays definitely a lot faster than it used to, given how it was changed around. You don't need that level 20 in order to reduce or remove the Wraith King or the reincarnate mana cost. It's dangerous playing this into Ricky. On one hand, Ricky is a natural diffuser, builder of the Diffusal Blade. On the other hand, Ricky does so much damage once he has Diffusal Blade. I think it kills the Wraith King before you can burn enough mana from the guy.
Yeah, he does actually. That's the funny scenario. Is he's not like Phantom Lancer where you just like massively burn the mana, or Anti-Mage where he has percentage-based mana burn. Ricky will just like kill you. He just kills you before you can do anything. So like you'll smoke screen and inhibit the Wraith King, and then you just like kill him in like 6 autos before you can actually burn all his mana, which is kind of funny. But it is a great pick. I think the Wraith King is one of those things that has had a fantastic showing in the tournament so far since the change, and it's a really good hero into the Sand King, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah. Last couple of bans out here. Monkey King by 4 Zoomers. I'm not sure that's something they would take, but I guess it's something they're worried about. High armor heroes they're getting rid of here. The Dragon Knight, you get the added armor from that Dragon's Blood. It's not built into your base armor when you get it. So Elder Titan not able to reduce that one.
I'm surprised they banned the Ember Spirit, considering they have the Ricky here. I mean, this could be safe lane Ricky, like MNZ's, which he's been the one who's played it the most. You can take Ricky in the mid lane. We've seen 4 Zoomers do that for Gunner, but I think what we're seeing here is most likely going to be MNZ Ricky. They're going to ban out Ember and the Invoker. So Gunner, I mean, he still has his Storm Spirit, but again, not a great pick into the Ricky here. So we'll see what they decide to go with.
Yeah, they get rid of the Invoker, which I think is a very important hero to ban out. I mean, when you're up against the Elder Titan, you don't want to get stomped Cataclysmed.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, you need control coming out of the mid lane here, don't you? Something that's also not just directly countered by Ricky, which is, a problem because most mid laners are.
I mean, you've got your frontliners, and Ricky's able to jump out of the back line, so you've limited a lot of options here for 4 Zoomers by taking this Ricky, right?
Yeah. What if you just take Zeus?
You could. I mean, you have enough distance, but once Ricky hits level 20, he's got that talent.
Okay.
It's Void Spirit. So somebody who's got the AoE silence could jump onto Undying Mirana Sand King without too much of a care. It's still a little bit dangerous playing this against Ricky. If the smoke cloud comes out into you, you can just get blown up. But it's a safer mid pick, right?
Yeah. You also could you're like a natural Yules builder. You have some save, with that, and Assimilate, Astral Step, make it a little bit more difficult to be caught out. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I mean, Ricky is a very difficult hero to play against. The thing is the only way you beat him is you play faster. You just don't let him, take over that mid game. And, I'm looking at these heroes, Mars, Phoenix, Elder Titan, Wraith King, Void Spirit, all these heroes. I mean, they're going to be fighting before 20 minutes. Like, this 4-Zoomers lineup is going to deathball it at 18 to 25 minutes.
Yep, they're definitely zooming with this lineup. I can't argue with that. You got to pick another hero that fights into it. I think the Ricky will outcarry the Wraith King into the late game, especially given how he was changed around. But I don't know. The rest of your lineup on Thunder Predator, it doesn't scale as well as the rest of 4-Zoomers lineup. I think you just go all in on this early game. You take Leshrac here?
I was going to say, you need some other, tempo here out of the mid lane. Because
push towers. Nobody on your team on Thunder Predator hits towers.
Yeah, I think you're right. It has to be Leshrac because there's no Death Prophet to pick here. What other mid laners can you pick that tower push? That's the issue.
A very little time
Templar Assassin, but not that great against Wraith King, who's gonna have Radiance and Wraith Fire Blast, right? Phoenix, yeah, Leshrac. You're right. Neff with the 200 IQ call. This is why you're here, Neff.
And at every other game, this hero's just too good. In Ice Frog, he looked at the patch and he said, "Man, Leshrac, he's looking pretty strong. I should change this by giving him an eggs that makes him even stronger and turn everyone around him ethereal so he can do more damage."
Dude, what do you think of the Shard? The Shard is so bizarre. I don't know if it's good at all, but it's pretty funny.
So I've had this discussion with a couple people, not pro players, but I don't know, top 500, right?
Yeah.
Some of them have said that the Shard is awful and you will never end up actually connecting with anyone. Somebody else said, well, it's great for holding the Roche pit. Then the other person is like, yeah, well, you can just walk in and out of it. 5 seconds is such a long time. It's difficult to say whether or not it is good. I think there's places for it, and I think you'll eventually build it if you're 6, 7 slotted, but I don't think it's something you go out of your way for early game.
I think the idea is they're going to have to reduce the delay on it, right? 5 seconds is a long time, and we might see it move to 4 or something, so it's a little bit more viable. The stun duration is 2.5, if I'm not mistaken, on Split Earth. I might be wrong there. I feel like it's scaled up to 2.5.
Is it really that long?
I think it scales to 2 because it's 2 seconds at level 2.
Oh my! I've got this stuff open.
Unless they nerfed it.
It is a 2 second stun at all levels now.
Oh, so they changed it. It used to scale up, I thought. So, because that was what made it so good against heroes like Faceless Void, is you would just get the 2 points and the off lane Leshrac, and you would be able to just Earth Split stun him, and that was it. So now it's just 2 seconds at all levels. So a little bit of a nerf going into the late game, I think. I'd have to look at the old values. I could have sworn it scaled above 2 seconds.
All right, here we go. Game number 2.
We have made it, Neff. It's the grand finals for the Americas. Super excited. Game number 1 was absolutely bonkers. And now Thunder Predator and 4-Zoomer is going to go head-to-head once again here on the main stage. What do you think draft-wise? Who you liking here?
It's really hard for me to say. I mean, I think Leshrac was an excellent way of rounding out Thunder Predator's draft, but 4-Zoomers, they definitely win this the later it goes. It really comes down to, I guess, the first 10 minutes of this game. If Rick can get farmed in the safe lane, I think they'll be fine. I guess because of that, I'd favor 4-Zoomers draft a little bit. They have a bigger margin for error here.
Ooh, they're wrapping around once again, but this time they're only going to see MJZ potentially on the Undying. It is nighttime, so these early game rotations are a lot more difficult to sniff out, and they're just going to they're going to settle for Sacred instead, as he's the target that they want the spear into the side. Ocean, so much damage coming in from these fire spirits, but Sand King, he's going to be able to walk away. MJZ on the backside is just like, hello, look at me. I'm an Undying hero. They get nothing. A big commitment, but they don't time their stuns correctly, and he will walk away on the Sand King. They do force the level 1 Burrow Strike, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty big win. You'd much rather have either Sandstorm or Caustic Finale to zone the enemies away from the lane. MJZ, he's going to be forced to, I think, teleport to the lane or get out pretty quickly after this. He might just walk after all. He's got boosted speed.
Thunder Predator is going to triple rune here, potentially, unless Ocean can beat him to the other one. He will just Tricks of Trade over the wall here. Yeah, just as expected, and MNZ is going to grab it. All right, 3 for 1 here, favoring Thunder Predator, and they do not get that reward from that big gank.
Good start for them, though. We'll see how this one goes. Undying, he ends up holding his town portal scroll until the creeps get to the lane, just figuring out where he wants to go. He'll lose the gold for it, and it'll be on cooldown, so we can't rotate again. But he's doing an excellent job of forcing Ocean back already. Oh, MNZ with the dodges. Oh, wow. Let's look elsewhere. He's just dodged 2 fire spirits coming at him at the same time from different angles. Matrix stuff.
Yeah. Now, one of the downsides is they did go Spear of Mars level 1 here, too, which is not ideal. Oh, he actually barely misses the other creep. Rax would have loved to get both of those. But you usually want God's Rebuke level 1. And, ooh, he's going to lose his Courier here on Husky. We'll be able to block this hard, or I guess re-sentry the hard camp, but it doesn't block it in time, and Sladen's just going to be able to grab himself a little arrow onto the hard camp there.
Ocean... Okay, the only reason he's alive right now is because he's got boots. MGC also has boots. It's been interesting seeing supports just have the rundown potential at the start of their games. Brax right under the tower in the top lane, which is interesting, but he's got like no potential way to go down. He'll be fine, especially considering MJZ has gone through most of his mana already with his decays.
Nice. So mid lane, Leo Style versus Gunner on the Void Spirit. Leo Style's really struggling HP-wise. Does have 2 tangos still left. No courier coming out quite yet, though. Gunner just took a lot of damage, actually, there. So we'll even it out a little bit. Both heroes, are they both just rushing the bottle? Looks like it is. Yeah, bottle already coming out now for the Leshrac. Bottom lane, Husky, the businessman, does it. Beats down that Mirana, gets first blood on the Elder Titan.
It's nothing personal, Sladen. Sacred, he's dropping very low
The
as
stomp?
well, but
It's going to zone him out. Sammy Boy's got a crit. Can he get him, though? Barely going to survive 30 HP. Has a salve, though, so he's going to be fine. Doesn't have to back.
if Sammy Boy had another couple of XP and second point Immortal Strike there, he might have just gone down.
Void Spirit mid. Falling low. His salve's going to get popped Leo style. Unable to chase too far into the tower, but that's the advantage of that bottle. It just now gets delivered on Gunner as well, so we'll try and even this out.
Yep. Doing an excellent job here on Leo style. It's up to go 2-0-2. Sometimes you see the Leshrac go level 4 and 5. They both put those points into Diabolic Edict, so it's like a 1-2-2 or 2-2-1. But I guess he's assuming that Gunner is going to be holding the lane more than he's going to be rotating.
Did Ocean just kill MNZ? He's going to get MJZ, I think he does, and MNZ is almost dead on the Ricky Brax. He might throw a random spear. They guess incorrectly. He goes down. What a dodge from the Ricky here. He has lots of regen to work with as well. He's not too afraid.
Goes in for a cheeky auto attack, in fact.
Sammy Boy bottom lane almost dies, but it's Husky just doing the work. Oh my lord. Plus 115 damage. Where did that come from?
2 points into Astral Spirit. I mean, the guy throws it onto 2 heroes. He hits like a double creep wave potentially with it. He's just beating you down. He's gone into overtime here, the businessman.
This man, he filed his paperwork. He's ready to go.
4 minutes comes around, and of course, like you were talking about last game, it is essential that both teams rotate onto the power runes. Leo style ends up winning the 50-50, though.
It's a DD rune to boot, so a lot of harassment damage going to be able to come out from him. Able to dodge the split earth there, but again, Leo style just really wants to harass out Gunner as much as possible since he does have the regen advantage. And Sladen grabs that ward in the mid lane as well.
Yeah, realizing that one's there as they backed off as soon as Mirana started approaching. Put Earth off the mark again, but he does end up getting the CS with it.
All right, I'm curious where this Elder Titan is going to do all this damage. He's going to get the Stomp off, hold Sacred in place. He's running that Spirit over towards Sladen. We'll pull it back now, but Sammy Boy doesn't have the mana for a Wraithfire Blast quite yet. Does get a Burrow Strike, an arrow as well. Husky, he's looking for the boys on the backside, but oh my gosh, the Caustic Finale damage is a little bit too much, and he does have Bottle still.
Yeah, so Sanking, he's going to heal back up. 5 minutes comes around, and Husky, he does manage to outclick Slade, has a little bit of a ping advantage. I think
He's gonna get both.
Right.
This is
The arrows-
oh, he's gonna leap forward. Okay, I mean you are gonna be careful here. As Sacred is rotated over, you will be able to connect with the arrow. A nice pick off from those two heroes, forcing. I mean, he does force them out of position, but you're pretty happy to get that kill on the Elder Titan for sure.
Gunner,
Mid
he's...
he doesn't have mana for the Pulse Nova.
Nice try there, Leo style. I think that means Mirana will end up TPing over to the mid lane to refill Leo style's bottle, as is tradition.
Yeah, so is Elder Titan as well. Both heroes need to top off the regen. Top lane MJZ got speared pretty far back out of position. There is some more spirits and a dive available from Ocean, but they do not want to dive under the tower. It'd be quite costly. Mirana's gonna grab the Invis rune bottom. Neither of the mid lane heroes gonna grab it. All three of these lanes trading really well.
Tips coming out into Husky. I don't know what that one was about.
I just didn't get the rune, I guess. I don't know.
Laugh at him, everybody. Sammy Boy's doing pretty good for farm so far this game. He's just supported by Husky here. Did so much damage securing the lane for him. He had 2.9k net worth. He's what do you end up building himself? He gets phase boots. He's just going to go for a
lane.
raid.
Super aggressive dive in. MJZ, he might go down, but a sword giving him some HP to work with. Ocean, he gets the fire spirits, and then the sun ray comes out. He's on a killing spree on this Phoenix, and MNZ is gonna have to run now. God's Rebuke, a spear, no mana for it quite yet. The spear pulls him into the oh, it's a double kill for Phoenix. This top lane is going so well for the Zoomers.
Down to 2.5k now. With him. You've been getting a lot of last hits on Ricky, but you're not keeping up with. Well, you got an okay amount, but you're not keeping up with Sammy Boy down near the bottom. You're now sitting 500, 600 net worth ahead of you. MJZ, he almost got the decay off, and I think that would have secured them those kills and kept them alive because they were stacked up on top of each other. But Brax, he's doing a beautiful job up here.
There's a nice deep ward here in the lane, not one that's pretty often dewarded. MJZ comes really aggressive again into the lane, trying to bait Brax and Ocean, I think, and he gets a nice decay, but again, dodged out by Ocean. I mean, these 2 points in Fire Spirits are really annoying, and bottom lane, Sacred's just going to get beat down by Husky. Oh, there's a sentry there, brother. They had Dust already queued up as well. I mean, both of these side lanes are not going well for Thunder Predator. They're farming very well on both Sammy Boy and Brax. And mid lane, I mean, going well. Leo Style is in the advantage by quite a bit.
For Radiant's middle tower.
Connor's going to find an Arcane Rune bottom.
So much for that advantage.
I mean, Leo Style does do a lot of damage. If he can rotate to any of these lanes, he pretty much can kill anybody. But right now, yeah, it's looking pretty rough.
He doesn't like rotating, though, on Leshrac. I mean, you want to be able to hold out the lane. You want to be able to rotate into the jungle, kill neutral camps, get yourself a farm advantage. And, you know, if Gunnar rotates, you go for the tower with that Diabolic Edict. But Gunnar's just been holding his lane, which is exactly how you need to be playing against Leshrac. Brax finding another kill here in top.
Yeah, level 6 commits the arena. Why wait, sir, he says. He just wants to punish this Undying more and more and slowing down his game. And Ricky, he's trying to dance around this fight. He's about to get level 6, so he does have Cloak and Dagger now, so that Invis as well as that damage multiplier is pretty substantial. Ocean forced to blink, or to dive away, rather. Bottom lane, Sacred falling very low again. We'll be able to Burrow Strike away. He's going to be fine here.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I can say the same for Husky, though.
Now the boys are here to protect him.
He does have the boys. They're ready to jump in the Secret Service. Jump in front of any potential
You're
arrow.
kidding me. He goes down again. They managed to take down the bird, but MNZ gets level 7. I mean, he's pretty happy about that. Gunner's going to TP back to the mid lane and continue farming. Leo Style has rotated bottom. Is level 6. There's a lot of damage. Sacred trying to bait this out. A stomp comes in, does not connect, but Wraith King, he's got to run. He doesn't have the mana for reincarnation. He could level it, but it's not even going to matter. He just goes down. Leshrac, too much damage.
He actually couldn't level it there. He ended up having 1, 3, and 3 before he went down. I think he ended up committing the extra point into Mortal Strike just before he got level 8, and he never ends up hitting level 8 in the first place. So a nice find finally there by Leo Style, realizing he wasn't going to be able to shove down that mid tower as Gunnar wasn't rotating. So he gets something slowing down Sammy Boy's game a little bit.
MNZ just sniped a haste rune and the bounty rune top lane. It was pretty funny. Oh, they did get the bottle regen in time. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen.
Radiant have fortified their
Well,
structures.
Elder Titan is bottom, and Leshrac is here with the Sacred, and this is a lot of tower push. I mean, you can try and slow it down as much as you want, but you're going to need some major assistance here from the boys. I don't think it's going to happen, though, as Catapult is available, and they're going to be able to fort mid as well, so they're trying to just force a trade, it seems.
Yeah, they're going to need to TP in multiple heroes. They've got the Moonlight Shadow. They have Dust available.
They're gonna go. Gunnar might be in trouble. He drops the Tombstone. It'll just dissimulate away, and with Leo Style, they should be able to clear up this creep wave pretty easily. The fortification doing some more damage to this tower as the Catapult has not been able to die yet. Puts it in deny range, though. They do see Sacred on the right side of the fight.
I think they'll leave the tower at 166 HP for now.
Yeah, not worth denying the mid tower almost ever.
Dying. Fairy Trinket now found on Thunder Predator. That is an amazing item for Leo Style.
Yep, they get a chip vest for the Wraith King as well, which is just going to give him the ability to farm. They're trying to get this tower. Gunnar holding his auto attack, times it perfectly, and they get a good burrow strike on the backside. Sacred hitting up with this really sick epicenter, but Brax goes down before he can pop an arena. Egg on the backside. MNZ is going to go for it. I don't know if you have the attack speed alone. The Egg manages to survive. They could potentially turn around the match damage. It's there. They take down Ricky. Sacred goes down as well. Elder Titan, he's going to be in a lot of trouble if they can continue the chase, but now MJZ all alone as Gunnar is level 10. Void Spirit 4 points in the dissimulate, and this Aether Astral Step should be more than enough damage to finish him off. He's got to be careful though. There's going to be the arrow into that split earth. They get him. Ooh, a really sick turnaround there. MJZ baiting it out.
Yeah, that was definitely a miscommunication play by Thunder Predator, though. If Leo Style had gone up into the high ground and hit that egg with his team, it would have gone down. He was the closest to it and moved back immediately. Oh, no.
An arena. They get the Leshrac here. Oh, yeah, okay. I was worried for a second that they wouldn't get him, but the Sunray finishes it off. In top lane, Wraith King in some trouble. He does have reincarnation available, but there is no help coming his way, and he is stuck inside of an undying tombstone. Sammy just gonna try and limp his way to the other side, but oh, Husky, a stomp will catch them. Sand King not in the best of positions. Gunnar comes in as well. They're gonna turn it around. Unbelievable fight here as they save their boy.
And they get the tombstone as well. That is a big turn there. Gunner's going to be quite happy about that. And Ocean, he'll TP back over here to the mid lane. Stop them from turning on this tower. Keeping their boy alive, though, like you talked about. And that ended up being 1900 XP going their way. Yeah,
and you lose the top tower at the end of the day. Sammy Boy, small play police. What is this, sir? I hear the sirens. Theo Style has the Yules. Will catch him. And easy arrow set up into a split earth. All right, you're gonna cut your losses, Sammy Boy. Not this time, sir. No saves coming in. They might actually be able to find Husky. No arrow, though. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Husky's going for a 4-staff right now. I like that against the lineup here on Thunder Predator, just being able to get him or his allies away from that Ricky Sand King setup, out of that smoke cloud or stun. It's actually not holding a fairy trinket yet on the Leshrac. He's not flying it out to him either. Who's holding it?
It's on Sand King, it seems. Ooh,
Mid-lane.
Undying caught by an arena. They do get the split earth off as well. He's going to go down, but Phoenix gets caught. He has a 4-staff, surprisingly, so I'm surprised he got hit by that Yules. But yeah, a nice 1-for-1 trade. I think overall favoring Thunder Predator there.
Yeah. Thunder Predator definitely coming out a little bit ahead. Not by much, though. I mean, 125 gold. I think it's more so for Zoomers are happy to be able to hold the position nearby this river and not give up the mid tower. Like we've seen the game change around completely with this patch. There were so many hero changes, but the map and economy of the game are sitting exactly as they were, so that mid tower is still just as valuable as it's been.
Yep, there's a pretty even distribution of net worth here between the two teams. Like the top four almost dead even. The only real standout is going to be Ocean on this Phoenix, right? He's had a great start. He's got a 4-staff, queues up at a Shiva's guard. Obviously, the 4-staff to prevent the Ricky Maru from getting on top of people. And by Ricky Maru, I mean Ricky, before y'all get too mad.
Get him mad. I like seeing him riled up. Twitch chat's like a rodeo, as they say.
Yeah, we are all about the rodeos here. It's a yeehaw time. Gunner, he's going to walk right into Slade, and he's able to just get that leap off in time. No Yules coming out quite yet as he went for this Blade Mail build. Fantastic item against heroes like Leshrac.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Leshrac is going to be forced to build a BKB because of that. We'll see how quickly that comes out. I am a big Blade Mail guy myself. It's been nerfed a little bit on Void Spear, but still an excellent item. Yeah. It was ridiculous against heroes before, though.
Whoa, he's going the Witchblade, but mid lane in the meantime, you're just dead. He's going in a little bit too far with no backup. That's going to be the blink reveal there from Sacred. Burrow Strike sets up a very easy arrow.
Unfortunately, the Blade Mail didn't keep him alive that time.
Yeah.
Finds himself a haste rune as well, and I think they'll be able to take the mid tower off of this, given the fact that they're set up here on every single hero and have the Blink Dagger on Sacred. He's sitting back as the epicenter ready.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's feeling very strong on the Sand King. He's got this Blink Dagger. You do just now finish the Yules on your Mars, which is, you know, a great setup, but for the most part, it's not the Blink Sand King initiation that you can see here.
No. All right, they do actually force them back. MNZ, he's got other things in mind than taking that mid tower. He's looking to farm. He's got his Diffusal Blade. He's working on this Yasha now. So it is pretty crucial for him to come online, being able to burst these heroes down. We talk about this a lot. Ricky, awful stats. Definitely needs to find farms somehow, despite not being such a good farming hero. So the first 20 minutes of his game are crucial to him getting the items he needs to, I guess, farm up kills afterwards.
Yeah, you fall behind on this hero, it feels pretty hopeless almost. So we'll see how it goes. All right, they're biding their time for Sambo to get this Radiance. We saw him get the Relic here just a moment ago, and he is closing in on the Recipe, which was going to be a huge power spike for them if they can keep it alive. On the other side of the fight, there's going to be the Yule set up into the Undying. They throw a lot into him. Sacred, however, goes right into a Stomp. He's going to Epicenter, but the Split Earth is more than enough. Ocean on the backside, caught by a lot of damage coming out from MNZ and Leo Style, but a zoning Arena able to get the rest of the team out. Husky going to be able to TP Gunner on the backside. Doesn't have a TP quite yet, but quite mobile. A 2-for-2 exchange, getting both a support and a core, but still favoring Thunder Predator.
Yeah, Thunder Predator, I think the major reason why they ended up winning that one is they did get the Epicenter off before the Sand King actually died there, so that one feeling good. Leo still trying to get this mid tower, but Gunner, he's on his case. You see that? My God.
He's like, oh, did you want to backdoor my tower from the trees, sir? Is that what you're trying to do? He has boots of travel. He is a fast boy. Bullwhip found. You might actually put that on the Leshrac, honestly. Sammy Boy being hunted. Gonna get stunned by the Centaur. Terrible timing, but does have mana to work with, so Reincarnation is out. They're gonna be able to catch a nice Stomp here. Leo Style in some trouble. Burrow Strike on the backside does catch 3, my lord. A Ravage coming in from Sacred, gets dusted. Brax, no Arena, but does have the high ground Tombstone. You need to disengage here. Sammy Boy, he cannot run. He's dead. Too much damage coming in from the Ricky with the follow-up, and now the Burrow Strike to catch Ocean once again, and no Phoenix Dive, no Egg. The silence coming in from this Cloud. 2-for-0.
Thunder Predator finally starting to take these wins, and they get that mid tower, which gives them access to that much more of the map. And Leo Style, he's very happy with himself, finally being able to claim that net worth lead, going a little bit in their favor, finally, for the first time in this game.
And that was a level 4 high ground Tombstone there. I don't know how you deal with it. They do have vision on the Ricky here, but I don't know if they have the follow-up. I mean, you have to get the initiation with Brax on this Yules, but he's about to walk out of vision, and then you don't have it. Mid lane, however, they do see MJZ and Sacred. They have vision of it. There's going to be the Yules to set up the arena. They're just going to pin the Undying into the wall and try and burst him down. Looks like they got more than enough to do so. So they'll take a single kill onto the support. Does the Dire have vision up? Oh, there's a ward right here. I was trying to figure out where their ward was.
Yep. Right spot. Now that you've broken the trees, it provides you with quite a bit. Leo style, looking to take this last tier 1 tower, just shoving out top lane, save this area of the map, and this team will be not far behind him.
Brax standing on an arcane rune, I believe. His body too big to where you can't actually click it, so very nice. He's what we like to refer as girthy.
Yeah, that's the kind of heroes that Brax likes playing. Tidehunter, Mars, his Slaughter's got a bunch of girth.
Oh boy, top lane, Wraith King. Reincarnation on cooldown for 4 seconds. An absolute disaster as he just finished that Radiance. They might be able to turn this around. The Earth Splitter, Leo style, he's going to be able to sidestep it, but he gets the stomp, waiting for these cooldowns, and then the egg perfectly placed here in the center of the fight. You can't get away from this one, Leo style. MJZ going to get stunned as well, but in comes Ricky. He might be able to turn this around for them. Gunner takes an arrow asleep. Once again, the Force Staff. Can Gunner get out? He will not. A beautiful tombstone once again on the high ground. You cannot fight around these. MJZ's Undying doing some serious work. A blink burrow strike. It finds Brax. He's trying to get away, forced to use the Yules, but MNZ closes the gap. Ends up being a 4-for-1.
Yeah, and God, Sammy Boy dying before he has reincarnate off a cooldown there. Only just. If he had it, it might have been a different fight. The supports on the backline are doing an amazing job. You know, Ocean always getting these eggs off. Husky, beautiful sleep onto the Ricky, but it's not enough. Sammy Boy just getting himself caught out. I think he needs to be able to find some farm to tank up. Right now, he can't fight into the heroes on Thunder Predator. They're just going to get more and more of a lead.
He's going the Shard, it seems, pretty much right away. Which I don't really blame him because he needs the 0 reincarnation mana cost. And then this game, spawning those skeletons might be pretty helpful in these fights, but we'll see. It just feels like they're not that useful against Leshrac, though. That is the big problem.
In that last, he had mana before he went down.
Yeah.
This next time, you know, Ricky, he picked up this Diffusal Blade not necessarily for the Dispel, but so he has got Manta Style to burns down Sammy Boy's mana.
Yeah, it's also just a lot of damage and a lot of scouting as well that can come in from this illusion. All right, neutral items. Where are we at? We got Bullwhip on the Undying. Ricky's holding on to the Dragon Scale. Oh, okay. Morana's got a Philo Stone. For the Radiant, no one really cares about Grove Bow. That makes sense. That's a pretty rough item for them this game.
Vanished, but not gone.
Grove Bow is pretty good. Who do you think carries that one? Just to the Morana?
No, it's on 4 Zoomers, so like no one really wants to take it this game. You know, Void Spirit would be the maybe one option, but he's got a Nether Shawl. Like I said, he's going for the Witchblade, which is a new item that was introduced. Your attack poisons a target for 3 seconds, slowing them 25%, and deals 1 times your intelligence as damage every second for 3 seconds. So it is a pretty big nuke. But it is not something that you typically see on the Void Spirit. Like Yule Scepter and Aghanim Scepter are usually like the go-tos. Oh, they managed to find him in the mid lane. He just happens to walk under a sentry. The Force Staff out the arena. Can they turn this around? The Sand King, not a great start for him. If he can get brought down by the Earth Splitter, but Gunner dies in the process. Leo Styles BKB. He's just going to run down these heroes. Ocean, he needs to get an egg off, and he does just that. They're going to try and gap close there, but you've gone in a little bit too far. The Yules, it's going to stun the Ricky. MJZ on the backside trying to keep himself alive, but Husky gap closes him, just bursts down the boy. You lose the first health on this Wraith King, but they might be able to chase down Ricky here. No Manta. Samuel with Force Staff forward. Catches him the big crit. A Yule's able to give him some space, and Ricky will survive. The Manta style able to get him out. A big team fight there. Zoomer's coming out barely ahead.
Yeah, Ricky actually managed to dodge that slow from the Wraith King going down because he was in Tricks of the Trade at the same time. He needed Manta style in order to get away towards the end of that one. By all rights, he should be dead for how hard he committed forward. But 4 Zoomers win that one despite a very hard overextension there by Thunder Predator and losing Sand King. It was a nice try getting the Void Spirit out of there on Phoenix, just diving forward and hitting him with that Force Staff, but ultimately wasn't enough. Still, given the fact that so many things went wrong for 4 Zoomers in that team fight, Thunder Predator struggled. I think that gives you a little bit of a sign that this game is going to start to turn around here.
It could indeed. I mean, they have a ward on the high ground here, so they will watch this siege. The sentry does scout this, so they know there is a ward here. Slane's going to take it immediately. So they have to know Roshan is the objective. The problem is you have no egg. You know, I think the only way you can take this fight is with that Phoenix ultimate, and it looks like Zoomers are feeling the same thing. They're going to go ahead and just settle for the 25-minute bounty runes instead.
I mean, there's three. Oh, you can't get there in time, you guys. You don't want this one. There's like 3 very important things that you need for this fight: is the reincarnate, Elder Titan, who does have the stomp and the astral spirit, and of course the egg that you were talking about. But only having one of those 3 tools, so not a place they wanted to fight. I think if Sammy Boy was level 18 before that last team fight and he had reincarnation off a cooldown, they'd be able to take it. But for Zoomers knowing. Thunder Predator knowing 4 Zoomers aren't able to fight.
Gunner's been found on the Void Spirit. The pulses, it's enough damage. The arrow to follow. They got him. He pings out. He's like, hey, they have a ward here, by the way, guys.
Team? Where were you?
Ricky's walking onto the high ground here. They do have ward sentry, so they know. Husky's just going to kind of run away, go for the TP, it seems. Does he have the damage? Oh, 50 HP. MNZ almost bursts him down.
Yeah, I mean, he did everything he could to dish the damage as quickly as possible there. Popped the Mantis style between auto attacks, used the trick of the trade, then went right back into clicking him down. But instant TP there by Husky was exactly what he needs to do.
Husky's just going to kind of run away, go for the TP,
He's going to need a little bit of armor
deal
with Ricky going forward here, or that 4-staff finish, but still, playing position 5, he is very poor, only sitting at 3.3k net worth. Heroes are back up now, but Sammy Boy, he still wants to work on this level 18. I mean, being able to come back up every 40 seconds is crucial.
Brax's bottom lane, did they see him? Oh god, they saw him, Brax. Run, brother. He goes ahead, gets the blink off. He's gonna get the TP as well. Oh, I don't know how they saw him. They saw him for a moment and they immediately ping him, but almost a stealthy play there from the Mars.
Yeah, that was definitely an arrow giving him vision as he's TPing. It gives you a small amount in AoE.
MNZ is gonna walk into the high ground. Sammy Boy, he's farming a lot of creeps here. But MNZ is a big problem for him. Sunray comes out pretty much immediately, giving him a lot of healing, but they need to disengage. The stomp, it's available. MNZ doesn't really take Ancients very quickly.
Everybody knows.
Well, I take it back. Backstab's a lot of damage. He gets them all. And an Elven Tunic, okay. The thing is the attack speed isn't that great. It doesn't give you any agility. But the attack speed, the evasion, and then I guess the bonus movement speed is probably good enough.
Yeah, you want to be able to get around the map very quickly on Ricky. Definitely prefer
Arena comes out on the high ground. They're going to just pin MJZ against the wall. He doesn't get the tombstone off this time. Earth Splitter dodged out by Ricky at the backside of the fight. Leo style chasing after Elder Titan. He gets forced to the high ground. The BKB comes out. Sammy Boy just trying to do what he can. There's the egg. It's not a good one as there's 3 heroes already there, and Gunner is nowhere to be seen. Sammy Boy trying to turn this around here in the middle of this fight. Still has plenty of mana to work with. They pull back the Ricky. They get the Aegis. The buyback from Ocean. They need to be able to get this Ricky before he can do anything, but in comes the epicenter. It's massive, catching the first light of the Wraith King, and Elder Titan trying to hobble away. Able to survive, but for a moment, Sacred goes down to MNZ. He's in the base. He's got no one to blink to. He might go down. Sammy Boy, he's going to go drop a nice cloud there. Mantisile comes out. Tricks the trade to the low ground, but a remnant, not going to happen. He goes back in the base. Are you kidding me? MNZ, he almost styles on them, but he dies in the end. A very costly play there from the Thunder Predator.
That was very rough there. They tried to do a cheeky play where they forced Sammy Boy up to the high ground there, but he ended up just flying to the side. It just about styled on him because of that almost misplay by the Phoenix. That's why he didn't force staff himself out of that the smoke there. He's trying to pull Sammy Boy up. That was a beautiful team fight there. The 4 Zoomers continuing to hold, and again, the later this one goes, the better off they are. You see them turn one game around now that Sammy Boy's hit his level 19. Once he has the reincarnate off a cooldown again, this 40-second downtime on the ability is going to do wonders because they're trying to come in and out of these fights.
And he picked up the shard, by the way. So he just grabbed that. So the shard is completed. He also grabs a Cloak of Flames and an Assault Cuirass. So he now has a ton of armor.
is also an orb of destruction in the stash if he so chooses to grab it.
I mean, I think you keep the Cloak of Flames with the Radiance, right? It's 105 damage per second around your hero, at least in the 400 AoE, and then you have that armor and magic resist, which pairs up really well against Thunder Predator's lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky's a hero that needs to stay on top of you. Same with Sam King. Same with Leshrac, actually. And if you have the extra magic, you'll stay alive that much longer.
Oh, the Moonlight Shadow. They see it for a moment. They hold the high ground. Sacred gets a nice blink stun onto the Phoenix. Can he get away the Force Staff? He still gets hit by the arrow, but the Arena, it's zoning them pretty well. Ocean, he needs to get an egg, but it's not going to happen. The Cloud is there. They will go ahead, take down. Ooh, Wraith King died? Where's his reincarnation?
1 second off a cooldown.
You're kidding me. Brax now in some serious trouble. They catch Gunner. This is a disaster for 4 Zoomers. They lose 4, and they even buy back the Elder Titan.
Oh my god, if he popped the wand, he might have lived. That was so incredibly close on Sammy Boy. Fight could look completely different if he gets back up there.
Oh my gosh. He gets the Force Staff off on Ocean, but just Force Staffs right into the Marana arrow. And he was just controlled for the entire fight. The Mars Arena holding them in place, but the egg could have potentially swung it around. Thunder Predator now 10,000 gold ahead and almost the same amount of experience. This game just blew wide open for them as the mid lane tower probably going to fall here.
And you're able to rip through this so quickly here on Leshrac. Another 5 seconds, you'll have Diabolic Edict. This tower and Rax will melt, and the game has suddenly gotten so much harder for Zoomers. They won't be able to close it out here, but that was a lot of damage that was just done. And we'll have to pull open these graphs here after this Rax goes down. They actually disengage before the melee Rax goes down.
They do not want to toss this game. I mean, last game we saw how close it was for them, you know, almost being able to finish it off, but one bad fight and suddenly they pull all the momentum back for Zoomers. It looks like Wraith King will pick up that 30 movement speed, which makes the most sense since your skeletons just get blown apart in this game. Sand King, Marana, Leshrac, there's really no need to hold them. But yeah, to me, I'm mostly concerned with Gunner this game. I mean, this Witchblade Blade Mail build has not really paid off at all.
No, he needs to be able to actually take the fight inside them and survive, and for that he needs a BKB, and that's what he's going right now, but it might be too late. Sammy Boy, he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders this game.
And the Wraith King scales incredibly well. There's going to be an Enchanted Quiver. Maybe you put that on Gunner, because it does stack with his burst build from this Witchblade and stuff, but oh man, it is really rough. They smoke up again here on Thunder Predator. They're going to move their way to the top lane. Brax already TPing out, though. This guy's too smart.
Dire are scanning.
Brax, this is Boomer among Zoomers.
Ooh, they're looking. I think, yeah, they do see MNZ here. The Ward Sentry revealing him. They will all see them on the backside. They're going to initiate onto Sammy Boy's Wraith King. This is not really an easy hero for them to bring down anymore. He is pretty tanky. They drop a tombstone. You just need to disengage at this point, right? Stomp comes out. It catches too. Wait a minute. They caught Leo Style, but he gets the BKB. Can they turn this around? Sand King falling very low. It'd be a great kill. In goes Gunner. Sammy Boy, his first life. The skeletons don't do anything. Oh, the backside. They can potentially find Ricky here, but they're just going to chain stun Gunner over and over, and he is just out once again. The egg on the backside doesn't really catch much of anyone. They're trying to do what they can. They pin the Ricky into the wall. Do they have the finish stamped? Sacred, a huge burrow strike in Epicenter, doing some serious work. Gunner buys back into the game, but they lose the Wraith King once again. Can he survive? Gunner falling so low. He just gets soul ripped. They die back on the Void Spirit.
Sammy Boy, he does have buyback available, and he might have to right now. He can defend with Brax and with Ocean. He needs to do so now, though. You don't want to give up this melee Rax. They might just surrender it. I mean, they'll go bottom after this.
Yeah, I think you definitely could if you wanted, but a little bit afraid. I mean, this game is looking so great for Thunder Predator. Leo Style about to have a Shiva's Guard. Ricky, yes, he does finally go down, but I mean, he's 10-4. He's got a ton of great items to work with, and I mean, and Gunner just has no game on this Void Spirit at all.
No, I mean, Leshrac keeps on getting on top of him and blowing him up, and if it's not Leshrac, then it's Ricky. Gunner, you mentioned it again and again. This Witchblade isn't doing the work. The Blade Mail, it's not really having an effect either. I mean, sure, you can return damage, but you're dropping immediately. You need to have a bigger impact on this near position too. Look what Leo Style is accomplishing. He's 10, 2, and 12.
I mean, he's top net worth. He's 21,000 net worth on this Leshrac. He's about to have a Shiva's Guard. He's level 24. I mean, yeah, exactly. This is the style of mid laner that we typically see out of Gunnar, but this different build, it just doesn't seem to be paying off.
Style, he's split up in the rest of his team, group up with them in just a moment here. He doesn't have money for buyback himself. I mean, this game could turn around in an instant if 4 Zoomers took a favorable fight, but right now, you're essentially down a hero.
They're just up on the high ground holding the triangle, man. They're positioned perfectly on Thunder Predator to prevent them from smoking over the Roshan. It's up. And now you have no way of getting over there is the problem. The ward in the mid lane, they're just throwing bodies here. Slayton protected by the Moonlight Shadow. And it's going to die. It's dead before you even have a chance. Aegis and Cheese once again going the way of Thunder Predator. I mean, they're controlling everything. And now you just have to run on 4 Zoomers. You have no potential game plan here.
Well, they put the Cheese onto the Leshrac. He's got his backpack right now. Again, if you get the jump on him somehow, you could blow him up, but you'd need a hell of a jump for that. He's got, what? 36 armor, 2600 HP, holding onto an essence ring. I mean, can you blow him up before he pops his BKB? I'm not sure you can.
Ooh, Sammy Boy is going to TP out. He's fine.
Game getting harder and harder, and for a moment there, it looked like it was going to curve back towards the favor of 4 Zoomers, but just a bad fight at the worst possible time. I get another one 1 second before Reincarnate came off a cooldown. Sammy Boy just committing, so sure that he would have it. They didn't end up popping his stick there. Might have made the difference.
So Octarine, the next item here for Leshrac, it no longer gives you the spell lifesteal. That's on Bloodstone, but you get the cast range on it now, which is arguably incredibly strong. So 250 of bonus cast range plus the 25% cooldown reduction, and that is about to be done on Leshrac. I mean, that's going to be his next item, and he's only a couple hundred gold away. Yeah. He's also level 25, grabs those Edict explosions as opposed to the Lightning Storm damage, which we've seen in the past.
I mean, he's ready to take base with this. You go the Lightning Storm damage, I think if you get the Aghanim Scepter, you'll be able to do tons with that one, but no, we talked about this during the drafting phase. It's going to be Leo style ripping apart these buildings. He's got to get the Diabolic Edict explosions.
And Ninja Gear for the Ricky, dude. He's so happy about that. 30 movement speed and 20 agility to help him get around the map.
So a little bit of agility goes a long way on this hero just because of his awful stat growth rate.
Yeah, and obviously Cloak and Dagger is 2.2 times your agility per auto attack, so ends up being a lot of damage for this hero. Trickster Cloak for the Leshrac. Yo, that is very good.
Okay.
I don't know how you die on this hero anymore.
It doesn't get much better than this. They're finding so many tools they need, and 4 Zoomers, they're struggling to get into the jungle. They don't have any neutral items yet at tier 4. So another advantage for Thunder Predator if they didn't have enough already. I mean, win probability says 96% here for the Dire. Pause comes out. If nothing else, your win condition could be something that Thunder Predator disconnecting.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's just getting more and more difficult for Zoomers, and I don't know what your game plan is here. The Wraith King just definitely not strong enough. You don't have enough damage coming out of this Void Spirit build, and your offlane Mars, I mean, he's mostly just control, right? Like, he doesn't do the damage. You now have a Mirana who has passed your mid and offlaner in net worth. Like, she has Guardian Grease, Force Staff. Like, this is more useful than most of the heroes on 4 Zoomers now.
Yeah, it just won't have the damage anymore, and Sammy Boy has so much work he needs to do. And yes, the Assault Cuirass, Desolator, Radiance, Cloak of Flames, it's excellent, but it's just you. And when you got to worry about burrow strikes, arrows, you have to worry about split earth, getting kited around inside of smoke. You need other people to do some work, share some of this burden.
Look at this. Leshrac Trickster Cloak now has 40% magic resist and 20% evasion. Bottom lane, they managed to get Ricky's first life. Okay. Well, Age is down. Still has the BKB, however. What was committed for that? Just
No.
nothing.
And Captain Brax jumping forward, managing to connect a spear.
All right, very nice. Leveler, that's not that good. I don't think they really care too much about that one. Ricky doesn't use attack speed that much. So they might backpack it for high ground push, really, but he's on his way to a nullifier, which is sick. No force staves, no ghost scepters. You ain't getting away.
That's an item you might hold. Illusionist cape found by the Ricky. In fact, he does.
Yeah, more strength is definitely worth it as well, and you can definitely play around with the illusion.
One more unit to burn people's mana. It would have been nice to have an illusionist cape earlier in the game before Wraithking got his shard, but you know, beating some of them out potentially. I'm sure somebody hang out the fact that he's got an illusionist cape.
Well, you are now at a very hard situation here if you're 4 Zoomers. You just cannot leave your base. The side of Thunder Predator have a ton of catch. You're almost to an Aghanim Scepter on this Sand King, which, I mean, it didn't really change at all this patch. It just gives you massively increased Burrow Strike cast range and applies Caustic Finale to all heroes hit during it. So Sacred, he's had incredible Blink Burrow Strikes all game, but now you have 1,400 range to work with instead. Smoke up in the base here. I mean, they have vision of anyone is the question. Not really. They're just going to try and wrap around into the jungle maybe. You have this new gem on Brax, but they're not defending their lane, so they're going to know on Thunder Predator, and you're walking up potentially into a really bad situation here. They smoke mid lane instead, and they're going to wrap around into the high ground. I mean, this is the thing. Anytime you feel worried on Thunder Predator, you just hold the triangle's high ground, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they get the outpost. Okay, that was pretty sick. The 40 minutes, they grab the outpost for the experience. Ocean's going to be able to get the bounties as well, but now you're about to get ran into. There goes Brax. Burrow Strike into Arrow. He's immediately taken down, and Gunner, he's caught by the nullifier of MNZ, just gets evaporated. He has no buyback into the game. Sammy Boy, he's going to go down as 2, his first life, backside of the fight. Who is going down here? It's Husky. Oh my gosh, they've lost pretty much every single hero. They buy back into the fight here on Brax. Sammy Boy trying to get away with the BKBs, come out, an egg on the backside of the fight, but they just do not care. They're going to be able to take down Mars once again. It's a dieback, and Ocean, the Blink epicenter. Goodbye. All 5 heroes of 4 Zoomers crumble under Thunder Predator's damage, and they take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1.
And an amazing start. It's an amazing second game here in this best of 5. 4 Zoomers, they're stuck in their base. They're desperate. They wanted to both get that shrine at 40 minutes and farm up those tier 4 neutral items because they didn't have any of them. But, Thunder Predator, I guess they caught out what they were doing the moment they jumped on that shrine and punished them for it. Brax almost managed to get the disengage. He bought back in the game to get that arena off and throw the spirit out into the enemy heroes there on Thunder Predator. But Ricky actually popped the illusionist cape, and the spear connected with that instead.
Oh no, worst case scenario.
Very clean dodge there by MNZ, but Thunder Predator tying this one up. We're Zoomers. They're definitely on the back foot with their lineup, but they didn't bring that game back, unfortunately.
Yeah, Gunner maybe getting a little bit too experimental since they're up game 1. Maybe he's like, I'm going to try this new build on the Void Spirit, but it just did not pay off. I mean, finished the game at 10,000 net worth, on the mid lane Void Spirit, 40 minutes into the game, only having 350 GPM. Like, that is just not a Gunner performance by any means. And I mean, you can see the damage numbers here coming out from Thunder Predator, like the Shrek, 32,000 damage. That's just what this hero does. It is an incredible performance from Leo Style in the mid lane, and MNZ, of course, an incredible performance from him from the safe lane.
Yeah, that's sums it up pretty well for this game. I mean, Leo Style, incredible performance, and Gunner maybe getting a little bit experimental in this best of 5, given the fact they were up a game.
Yeah,
I'm not sure they're going to make that mistake again, though, Ricky.
Yep, absolutely. So we'll be back with game number 3 here. This is a best of 5. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll just be back after a short break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the BTS Pro Series Season 4 America's Grand Finals. And holy crap, Nev, we are off to a great start. Series tied 1-1 between 4 Zoomers and Thunder Predator. We are here casting directly from the Mistwoods themselves, directly in the center of the update. Neff, holy crap. Where do we go from here, man?
This is where the teams start whipping out their pocket strats, the things they've been saving, and the bugs / and or features of the new patch that just has come out. So we are down to 1-1 of this best of 5 tournament or grand final here. Ricky, you can't hold back anymore. I mean, you don't want to bring it down to this last game. This is where you go all out. This is where 4 Zoomers, they're discussing if they want to use their trump card. That is the only reason why they would be dropping all of their reserve time unless the lobby has been remade, and it has.
Yikes. Well, good eyes there, Neff. I did not see that. So, yes, we will just back out of these lobbies. But, I mean, we got plenty to talk about still. I mean, this series is going to be an incredibly close one. We knew that coming into it. These teams have been evenly matched all year long. And, for Zoomers, they take game 1. Thunder Predator just kind of stomp in game number 2. But Thunder Predator's been looking incredibly good for several days now. And for Zoomers, I mean, we'll see if they can keep up to par with the South American giants. This is a classic NA versus SA battle here. We've seen these, this is kind of what we would have hoped for, right?
There we go.
Yeah, it's kind of what we would have hoped for, right? An NA giant versus an SA giant in the grand finals. It's pretty much the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you mentioned before, that you couldn't have asked for a better way to close out this year, 2020 in Dota. I mean, I'm happy for the year to be closed out. Don't get me wrong, but this is some good Dota.
We gotta start anew.
Yeah, we gotta start anew.
We gotta get into 2020 or 2021, get these regional leagues going, and forget this year ever happened. No, should be a fantastic start. I'm very, very, very excited to see how these teams are gonna go. I think they're just finishing up the lobby settings here. Like we said, there was I guess a little bit of mistake when they started this one off. Y'all can definitely blame Kyle for this one. I'm pretty sure. This one's not on Jerry. As much as we'd like to blame Jerry, the constantly hungover production runner here for our stream, but I think this one might be on Kyle. So I'm sure he's gonna enjoy the call out here in the stream. Neff, how do you like the Mistwoods update so far? What are some of your favorite things you've experimented with?
It's got to be Jetpack. I don't think I've done very well on Clockwork since it's come out. I keep on putting my gold into it, but
Oh
for
my
6
god.
like a god as I scream into my mic, yelling about how the ground people are suckers, and then eventually I do end up falling back down to the floor, chained, shackled, if you would, with the fellow ground folk.
Unbelievable. Have you
yeah.
played Hoodwink at all yet?
Pardon?
Have you played the new hero Hoodwink at all?
Absolutely not. I think that hero is disgusting. I think it was some sort of Canis Vulpus fan service thing that they somehow managed to sneak into the game. I'm not even convinced this will end up being or continue to be a real hero. It's gotten nerfed since it came out pretty quickly, right?
Wait, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know they nerfed her.
Yeah, they nerfed the base agility by 4. I think they weakened Acorn Sprout. They weakened the level 20 armor corruption. She had a -5 armor corruption talent at 20. They brought that down to 3.
What? Where were the patch notes for this?
There are none. They didn't add patch notes for this. They tried to bamboozle you.
Great old Valve, 7.28. They can't be bothered by releasing a 7.28A, of course.
Having to type I don't know, 2 paragraphs of changes. No, we can't do that. No.
Unbelievable. Just being
400
bamboozled.
Or you think that you have it rough.
True. Yeah, I mean, this is I think for me, we try and play some stacks every once in a while or every night here and experiment on some new stuff. Last night we just got ran over 3 games in a row, but we got to try out some new stuff. I am convinced that Pangalier's shard is very bad. I don't think that thing is the roll up. We saw it in a game earlier against a puck, right? Because if you get coiled, you can cast the roll up still. But it did not feel very good when I saw it last night. But we're toying around a little bit. We tried the Omni Knight carry, going for that Aghanim's shard build as well, where you get the damage off your auto attack, stuff like that. Just messing around, having a good time for sure.
Yeah, I played a little bit in my spare time. I was watching some other games out of Southeast Asia and China as well. They had Santa Claus actually casting the grand finals for the Southeast Asia games. I don't know why they got I guess that's why they got us. They had to put together a pretty big budget.
Oh my god. I'm sure you just saw what I saw, Neff. We were about to start the game, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what Valve hits us with? An update right there. Slaps us back down into our place. Big Daddy Valve can't let us get away with it so easily. So we're going to restart our games here and then hit that update. Don't mind us. We're just having a good time. You know, we can't. There's
I mean, this is
nothing
probably
smooth.
more Snapfire nerfs, or it's not Snapfire. Whoa, hoodwink nerfs.
Oh yeah, definitely more hoodwink nerfs, or probably some bug fixes. You never know. But yeah, like I said, Valve can't let things run smooth here in the final tournament of the year. We gotta work for it. Earn our keep, pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, as we like to say.
You know what it probably is? I talked about bugs and pocket strats coming out from both these teams. Then someone at Valve, they go, oh, I guess we got to fix a couple of these. We can't have them in an official match.
Yep, that might be why. You're right.
Not
You know
joking
what?
around.
I would really like to see Bloodseeker. I think this hero is very good. I don't know why we're not seeing it picked at all, but he's one of these heroes who got like a pretty sick buff, and that's a good one. I'm not sure. Like you said, they did nerf the Blood Right, which is a big part of your kit early on, but you do have like this incredible amount of sustain now off of Thirst. I think they buffed Rupture as well. Let me see if I can find it. Where is the Dota 2 updates?
You'd probably pull it up. Just pull up the Mist Woods update page for
Oh, yeah, that's where I'm at. Blood Seeker. Let's see. Yeah, they reduced his int. Some Blood Rage got some good buffs. Blood Right got nerfed a little bit. But what they did buff was Thirst, like pretty drastically too.
If you go to your notifications, 7.28 isn't listed as a notification.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why that is either. I can see that as well. If you go to the notifications, like view all, and it's like game update 7.27D, and it's like, okay, 7.28 hasn't happened yet. That's why.
Really good ideas at Valve, and like they wanted to add like the changes that happened in recent patches that was below the hero abilities. That was very nice. They just don't want to keep up with these great ideas that they have.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just waiting for next week's patch to like fully drop the it on the notification panel there.
Ricky,
Wait.
we're lucky to have a single patch in the last 6 months. Okay.
Yeah, we're getting part 2. You heard it here. I'm expecting it. Part 2 patch after the tournament with all the map changes, the gold XP algorithms, all that's going to come with it. It's going to happen. There's no way they release a big update like this and don't drop a map update. It's going to happen next week. They're just waiting for the tournaments, because the thing is, if you're playing and they change the map as well, it's too much to adapt to. There's already all the hero changes, so I think the way Valve planned this one out was, give the hero changes, put the shards in the game, let people experiment with this, get a little bit used to it, and then we'll drop, the second update, which completely changes the map. And that is something that I appreciate them not dropping in the middle of a tournament, and I'm sure the players as well.
Just make it so nobody knows how to play the game. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Didn't they do that with I think second open qualifiers? They added neutral items and whatnot to the game.
Yep.
For the 2019-2020 season for DPC.
Yes, they did. Hey, guess what, Neff?
Are we in?
We are in, baby. It's draft time for Zoomers versus Thunder Predator. We finally made it after some massive lobby issues. Good stuff. Good stuff.
It is Radiant's man.
Absolutely. I'm glad that we finally get to jump into this game here. Now
It's gonna be a hoot in time, am I right?
More or less the same that we've seen the last couple of games. Morphling banned out by Thunder Predator, not something we want to give up to Gunner, one of his specialties. Same goes for Invoker, and Mirana and Mars banned by 4 Zoomers. I guess they don't want to give that one up to Thunder Predator. Didn't do a good enough job last game on Brax for them to warrant picking it. This game, I think the major issue that we had that won't happen this time around is Gunner getting a little bit experimental with his Void Spirit items.
Yep. Go and just pick up the Enchantress, something that they grabbed in game 1. Not necessarily a bad hero by any means, just because they lost. But Enchantress is a solid first phase pick for sure.
Yeah. And they respond with the Dark Willow. I mean, Ocean, he's done a great job this tournament on Dark Willow. Might as well can just keep grabbing it. It also picks off Enchantress very well in these team fights. You don't need to get your auto attacks. You just walk on top of him, pop that Bedlam, Enchantress goes down.
Is this game 1? Are we seeing game 1 draft replay here? What's going on?
This is actually game 1 of Best of 5 series. Welcome everybody to the Beyond the Summit Pro Series 4 Grand Finals.
Yeah, I really like it. This Timbersaw pick,
10
you know, it
seconds.
worked out in a lot of previous games, but 4-Zoomers managed to find an answer to it here earlier today. They will go ahead and immediately pick the Leshrac here on 4-Zoomers. So a little bit of a deny pick, but also a, you know, a safe pick for them as it is both mid and off lane potential.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Timbersaw
10 seconds
I like a
remaining.
lot, but I'm not sure it's good enough here against the heavy amount of magical damage you started with. And
5 seconds
I
remaining.
think it's a great hero. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure it's first pick material. I definitely think it's a counter pick.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you
But,
think the next bans we're going to be seeing here from Thunder Predator? I mean, is it worth getting rid of the Viper? We saw them ban Drought Ursa last time they picked the Timbersaw, since the Ursa has done a pretty good job at dealing with the Timbersaw in the laning phase. Not really sure.
The Ursa probably banned out. I don't think they'll allow 4-Zoomers to have that one again. I mean, I don't think they'll allow 4-Zoomers to have that one. It's done a lot of work. I said again, my God. I don't think they'll let them have Monkey King either, but we'll see. You can get rid of 2 heroes right now. So do you really base your entire draft around this Timbersaw? That was my question. I mean, I think it's an excellent counter pick. I don't think it's good enough and has high enough impact on the game overall, especially these later team
10
fights to warrant
seconds.
using your bans in like the second biggest ban phase. Sorry, the biggest ban phase here.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like if you don't, your Timbersaw falls off, right? It's one of those things where he has to set the tempo and make space in the early phases of the game, and if you don't, you struggle, like big time, right? So they do ban the Clinks, so not necessarily a direct counter to the Timbersaw, but a favorited hero there from Sammy Boy. Is Timbersaw still available? As you mentioned, Monkey King and Ursa, something that he has picked into this Timbersaw before.
10 seconds remain.
God.
What's going on there, Neff?
5 seconds
Clink's
remain.
gotten rid of him. I'm trying to activate these almonds in my brain. Might have to turn my headset up a little bit. You're slightly quiet.
Oh,
Trying
no
to
worries.
get this assemble of a cowboy hat plus headset going on. You know, if they ended up taking my idea and made like a cowboy hat headset, like we got the kitty ears, we'd be good.
Yeah, they need to work on that. So, you know, like you said, generic headphone brands, if you're listening, make us a cowboy headset, much like the
10
cat ear headset. We'd appreciate it.
I'll spend any amount of money I have to on it.
5
All of my
seconds
life savings.
Yeah, all of these casting dollars, my L dollars, so to speak, will go into buying this cowboy headset. So they did end up getting rid of the Ursa, not something they wanted to play against again.
Yep.
And they got rid of Klink. So they're very worried about Sammy Boy heroes here on the second phase, Thunder Predator. They've got a great start. I mean, Leshrac and Dark Willow, they've seen tons of success this tournament with getting rid of the Anti-Mage and the
10
Death Prophet. So they're worried about the early push from a Death Prophet coming out and just them being able to turn this game around. It's possible that they'll go with Wraith King here, right? I mean, it's been all right since the patch hit, and I guess if you don't have to worry, yeah, with the Viper band out as well, I think that makes it even easier. I mean, him throwing down the Nether Toxin, the Creep Wave, fighting back under the Wraith King. It's got to be Wraith King here. You might pick a support first, though. We'll see.
You could, yeah. I think for the most part, it's you know, not a bad option for them. What? Monkey King. Okay, I was gonna say with the Monkey King into Timbersaw, right? You might as well pick it.
Like exactly like you said. I guess they're just a little bit too worried about how good the Timbersaw is going to be against the Wraith King, whether or not he can survive that initial laning phase, right?
Yep, exactly. And it worked well the first game, even though he was off to a fairly slow start on the Monkey King, like really struggled a little bit. He managed to, you know, recover and became this like amazing late game carry. And Sammy Boy managed to dodge out a couple big ganks as well on this hero. So we'll see what he can do. And he's another hero that just got an incredibly strong shard that at no point in the game is it really ever bad to pick up. You know, if you get the spare money going late game, you've got a lot of your, you know, big items, you know, definitely just grab it.
We've got the Earth Spirit picked up now, my personal favorite. I love this here with all my heart and
10
soul.
seconds remain.
Always a lot of fun to watch. You know, it brings that early game aggression, rotates quite well into the mid lane, can kill somebody, like just TPing, instantly rolls in, kicks them back. They're probably going to pick up a mid with decent kill potential to go alongside this Earth Spirit. Right now, what they have is a little bit lacking. He doesn't do great with the Timbersaw. You need to have a hero sitting at somewhat low HP before the Earth Spirit rolls in, but anybody that allows you to 100 to 0 with that roll kick in the mid lane, I think they'll grab here now on Thunder Predator. So Ember Spirit is a possibility. That one's a Leo style special, but I'm not sure if they'll get it against the Monkey King in the Leshrac. Actually,
10 seconds remain.
I'm not 100% sure what they'll get in the mid lane here as their
5
Leo style hero.
seconds.
It's probably not going to be the Timbersaw. It doesn't really fit his style. Queen of Pain is, I think, out of the question against these heroes.
I mean, you could just take the Ember because it's good at like taking trees. Windrunner is in this pool as well, which, you know, Focus Fire, the anti-carry potential from that is really good against Monkey King. Power Shot, good for scouting as well. Like I said, of just cutting down his trees. Earth Spirit, Timbersaw also have that ability, so they could potentially pick up the Wind Ranger. And Leshrac, you know, it's an okay matchup for him. Ooh, they just go ahead and lock in the Spectre. All right, there we go.
Yep, it's able to jump onto the back line. You know, you can just build that Blade Mail, get on top of Leshrac. It works wonders against it. So the Spectre makes a lot of sense. I was expecting to see a Void Spirit here, actually.
Oh, that'd have been good.
10
Oracle picked up. You
seconds.
know, something you can hop onto the Oracle in the back line and silence him, either with that Orchid
5
or Aghanim
seconds
Scepter.
remain.
Yep, I like it. We're going to see the bands coming out here. So probably, I mean, if they're anticipating this as a mid Leshrac, you need to ban out the Tidehunter and the Underlord, right? These are the two heroes that cause too much problems here for this off lane, or for the Spectre in the safe lane, rather. They're going to ban Doom instead. Okay, I mean, this is something Brax picked up last phase in the first game, which had a huge amount of impact, helping shut down the Alchemist as well as the Puck.
Yep. I mean, I think that was more so a Brax thing than a Doom thing. I mean, being able to get that Doom off of him just before he get the Chemical Rage was absolutely amazing.
10
The guy, he
seconds
makes
remain.
these like clutch plays in the one moment that he needs to turn the game
5
around.
seconds.
Indeedy.
We got a chance to interview Gunnar yesterday, and he was talking about what a great opportunity it was to get Brax to serve as their captain for the team because they didn't really have a real leadership voice before.
Yeah.
Either people talk too much or too little. And with Brax, I think Gunnar said he doesn't need to talk as much, which felt very good for him.
Yeah, they needed a vocal leader was the thing he always talked about. He's like, Gunnar and a lot of the other players like didn't want to have to take that vocal leadership roles. They tend to not talk as much, and Brax has done a great job at kind of help round out that part of their team. Now,
Players banned.
they ban out the Storm Spirit, so it looks like in my eyes it should be Leshrac mid, right?
Leshrac mid, you said?
Yeah, if they ban the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a Leshrac mid. They're getting rid of the.
10 seconds.
Doesn't Leshrac plays okay against the Storm mid. I mean, whenever he wants to go in to
5
drop a remnant on the
seconds
creep wave, you can get the
remain.
split earth off onto him. I guess they're just worried about more things to jump onto the backline and pick off Oracle. You know, Void Spirit was something that I mentioned. Storm will do the same job with a quick Orchid. They'll probably get rid of Void Spirit next here on 4 Zoomers. That would be the most likely scenario to me.
That makes sense. Yeah, I like that idea. I don't think it's worth giving it to Leo style. His Ember is still in the pool as well. I mean, yeah, there's the Underlord ban. It's one of those things where which hero do you want to give Leo style? You know, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, he's going to get Wind Ranger, Ember, or Void Spear, right? All of these heroes incredibly strong in this game. It's hard to say, you know, which one he's going to go for. He's had a great day on Ember Spirit already.
Yeah, I mean,
5
Ember Spirit
seconds
doesn't have
remaining.
or doesn't as naturally build a silence. We've seen Leo style go Orchid and Ember before, though, haven't we?
Yeah, he has.
Which is actually pretty sick that game, but it's an item that doesn't do as much on the Ember Spirit, so you have to go a little bit out of your way for it. It doesn't feel that great. Zoomers, you know, taking the last of their reserve time, thinking about what they would hate to play against here, and I really think it's got to be the Void Spirit.
Yeah, they do have ultimate last pick, so it's one of those things where they can, you know, try and counter out as best they can going into this last pick. Whether or not that means moving Leshrac to the off lane and picking a better mid lane matchup for Gunnar, or if it's going to mean, you know, last picking Brax's hero here regardless.
Turn
They
to
ban the
pick.
Queen of Pain, a Leo style classic.
Interesting. I didn't think that Queen of Pain would be that strong here. Leo style hasn't had the opportunity to play it that much this tournament. I thought it would be kind of underwhelming against Leshrac, against the Monkey King. Oracle has the Dispel to deal with the
10
daggers. The game goes on to. I think he'll just grab the Void Spirit here, though.
5
Yeah.
Again,
seconds.
it does a lot. It jumps onto the back line. You can build a blade mail and hop on top of Leshrac. You've got your 2 charges of your silence, which will do great against Dark Willow and Oracle. I'm not even sure you have to go through all your reserve time to discuss it. Just too good not to grab. I'm interested in seeing if they get something else and what it's going to do, but I think Void Spirit just ticks too many boxes here.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. I honestly think you're right. The Void Spirit seems pretty darn good. They're taking their time for sure here, though. I mean, you could try and move the Timber Saw into the mid lane to dodge the Monkey King and then pick an off lane hero here. It's not super characteristic of Leo's style, but Pangolier is also in this game.
Pango is in this game, but the question is, do you rely too much on Spectre to do the damage? They take the puck.
Well, I mean, that's similar. Jumps the back line, has a silence. This is good. I think this is great. They picked this last time into the Monkey King. Leo Style played the puck into it, but the Doom made it pretty darn difficult, and I think what we're likely to see is an off-lane hero here for Brax. I mean, they have about 13 seconds of reserve time. Not a lot to work with, but you need some catch here on 4 Zoomers. You're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Beastmaster? Oh, Sand King. Okay.
So Sand King to round things off. It's very likely going to be Brax on that. Yeah, Ocean on the Dark Willow. Husky on that Oracle, and it is Leo Style on the puck. So it does end up filling that role that Void Spirit would have, and I guess he just feels that puck was a big winner of this most recent patch. If the majority of what they have to worry about is just like one hero taking it down, if Gunner or Sammy Boy pops off, just being able to throw that Dream Coil down, you're egging him shard, stun somebody for 4.5 seconds after you get the shard and the scepter. It's great.
Yeah, it really is. We'll see what they can do here. I mean, game 2, draft-wise, Nev, who are you feeling? This one looks pretty dang close to me. I like both drafts.
I gotta say, Zoomers, I think they're looking a little bit cleaner. Thunder Predator, the puck did end up adding a little bit more catch, which they very much needed, that Void Spirit wouldn't have given as much for. But Zoomers, their draft looks very well rounded. They have an amazing initiator / dangler, the dangler in the form of Sand King. They've got Husky, who can save people on the back line. They've got Sammy Boy, a very active early game safe lane carry, and Leshrac, who I feel wasn't really nerfed enough in this most recent patch, able to take towers incredibly quickly. The only thing that I'm not crazy about is the Dark Willow, just because I'm not a big fan of the hero. But I think Ocean, he plays it well enough to make up for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's game number 3 in this best of 5 grand finals. Thunder Predator versus 4 Zoomers. 2 games down. They have been incredibly close. And I honestly wouldn't expect anything else out of these teams. They are fighting for their first major victory here in an NASA tournament. I'm going to look through this. I don't think either team has come out with a major win here.
No, I mean, it's been a little bit back and forth with these victories. One team usually pulls ahead for at least a little while, but it gets your heart racing when you think that it could turn around for a moment. I mean, in that last series, I thought Vor Zoomers would end up swinging it back, but just one amazing fight at the worst possible time for Sammy Boy. If that reincarnate got off, it might have been a different outcome. It's hard to say. He might have just gone down twice, but it was incredibly close.
All right, this pause, of course, brought to you by Monster Energy, our big sponsor for the tournament. Thank you guys for keeping us energized all day long. I've been sipping on a few here myself. And honestly, Nev, I don't know about you. These days literally would not be possible without it. So big shout out to them. Thank them.
Yeah, shout out to Monster Energy, keeping us energized for this tournament. I've got a little bit distracted in that last series. I was losing it, wasn't sipping on my Monster enough.
Oh yeah, you gotta get that energy in you. It's just power in a can, sir.
We're gonna need it, given the fact that we are currently on our 6th game. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a full 5 games in this best of 5 final. 6th game today, to correct myself there. That best of 3 earlier did end up going to game number 3.
So 4 Zoomers smoke here into the enemy jungle. They don't meet any resistance, allowing them to get a good deep ward here, which this one's pretty much always used to scout couriers, which is really funny. So Ocean should be able to make quick work of those. Oh, they're seen. They're trying to walk the tiny line there, and Brax just gets tipped. The noises come out. They know. They're like, okay, nice try, guys. Nice try. We see you.
Grim Reaper is out of there, Monkey King. I'm surprised they didn't change around this 280 movement speed courier. It's probably just a quality of life thing for scouting out the start of the game.
Who will emerge victorious?
So Monkey King's gonna walk into Slade, and Husky's still gonna manage to get the bottom rune, trade it 2 for 2. The root, he's gonna be able to roll it out. Here's something I just realized, something that's really bizarre. During nighttime, because the Dire mid tower tier 3 is so much farther away from the mid 2 or the tier 2, there is like a line here of darkness where on the Radiant this tower is much closer, so there is no loss of vision on this side. I actually never noticed that, but the towers are substantially more spaced out on the Dire side there.
Is that what they were trying to do with
because there's during nighttime there is a tiny sliver of darkness here that you can walk through.
That's the pocket strats that they're pulling out that I was talking about. I mean, your best of 5 grand finals, you might as well get them now, or these things that probably are going to get patched out before this patch that you ended up leaking by mistake here, Ricky.
Yeah, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Slayton bottom lane just gonna pull this wave, but Husky, if he keeps the body blocks, he'll never be able to get the roll. Yeah, there he goes. And as a result, the creep wave's still gonna chase. Wow, okay, I did not think it would.
Not bad. Are you a Valve employee? I think there's a rule where it's like if you're a cop, you have to tell somebody.
Ooh. I plead the 5th, sir.
I see.
Top lane's not going that great here for 4 Zoomers. MNZ, I mean, he is going to get Burrow Strike there, but Braxy's not level 2, so you don't have Sandstorm and you don't have Caustic Finale. They might just be able to chase him down here. The Desolate picked up at level 2, doing a lot of damage here, and Brax, he's in some trouble. Will salve. Another Bramble Maze goes down. He does have Burrow Strike to try and re-engage. Maybe they can get the Enchantress. She does have those Nature's Attendants running, though. And a lot of trading here into the top lane, but it does honestly favor Thunder Predator, I think, because they blow a lot of regen.
Yeah. You're going to have to send out several more salves and whatnot. Brax, he might just go a bottle this game. He
Ocean?
She's the very definition of
Oh. Tries to TP out. Doesn't happen. MJZ just claps him. That's the level 2 we're talking about. Doesn't have Shadow Realm.
Yikes. Ocean, it's an awful start. He's got to walk all the way back to lane now.
You have no boots, no windlace.
Don't be mad.
I mean, there was no this Enchantress here with 320 base movement speed. Tries to pop the TP, but too much damage coming out from her as well. Brax, he's got enough money for a bottle if that's what he wants. That's exactly what he buys.
Oh, Sladen. Here to did a nice D-ward for the mid lane. Gunner just takes some nice harassment as well. He does have his bottle, though, so he can just regen this up very nicely. But yeah, getting that D-ward there in the mid lane always feels so good.
Yeah. Gunner, common collect underneath that tower, and Sladen not willing to commit another rolling boulder just because he's worried about that 8 armor that Leshrac has underneath the tower, and still a fairy fire as well as that full bottle. Yostar doing an excellent job of harassing Gunner back out of the lane, but does sit a little bit behind on last hits because of it.
Ooh, Sacred might be in trouble here bottom lane, but Husky and more as they rotate on down. He's able to get the boundless, the level 2 Jingu stacks off. He should be able to boundless strike these, and he does that exactly. Sacred, now the 2 points in that reactive armor, isn't too afraid anymore. He is going to get the Corrosion Orb delivered immediately. So Sammy, he does a pretty decent chunk of damage with this. Sacred, you might need to be a little more careful here. Couple more auto attacks, but that's the last one there, and it doesn't look like Boundless Strike. Yeah, he's not gonna have the damage from Boundless Strike without the Jingu stacks there.
Yeah, he might just consider diving him though. The guy starting to run out of his stacks now, so he's gonna be sitting at low HP when he comes back to lane. In fact, it looks like he's got a salve coming out to him. He realizes if he sits this low and he doesn't have any reactive armor stacks, then could just die to the Monkey King.
Yeah, one of those times where Corrosion Orb is very valuable.
The exchange there, I think ended up auto-attacking down that illusion rune. Nobody got it.
I think Ocean like didn't attack before Shadow Realm expired. So I didn't hear the auto attack collision. I heard his regular attack, which is not what you want. Ooh, top lane, they managed to get a little bit of harassment onto Spectre. Brax level 2 in the Sandstorm, but they immediately drop a sentry, and he's just going to go down. Ocean trying to take down MNZ here. Shadow Realm down. I don't think you have the damage for this. You need to run. Too tanky on the Spectre. Will throw that last auto attack. You even lose Leshrac in the mid lane to a rotation. Ocean dies as well. MJZ on this Enchantress just dismembering for Zoomers.
All of a sudden, an absolute bloodbath at Thunder Predator. They made the call. They're not going to hold back anymore here. But I mentioned that during the draft.
Husky might go down here. He drops a ward. He sees Slade. He's like, oh, Lord, I might be in trouble. Sacred here as well. Pops a big wand and a Fairy Fire. Will be able to purge it and slow them. Boundless Strike there gives him a little bit of space to work with as well. We got Gunnar dying mid lane. I mean, that was just the rotation from the Earth Spear, right?
Yeah, Earth Spirit made a questionable rotation just now, though. He was on top of the bounty rune here the same time it spawned and TP'd out. I think he was really worried about potentially getting a kill down there in the bottom lane as they dove the tower. But that means bounty rune over to Ocean instead, and for 4 Zoomers. It's 250 gold you didn't necessarily have to give up.
Yeah, I mean, this is really rough. This is a last pick Sand King in the offlane, and it is going incredibly poor. It has 18 CS, which is definitely better than Sacred's Timbersaw, but I mean, net worth wise, he's not that great. I mean, he's trying to stand his ground here. Once he gets level 5, it might be a little bit easier, but I don't know. Struggling for Brax for sure.
And Z, he's no, he ends up going power treads first. He's gonna go blade mail after that. It's not like the blade mail first item that we see quite often. Bottom lane, Sammy Boy doesn't quite get Sacred. Unfortunately, that Boundless Strike came out a moment too late, and he got the Timber Chain all the way back first.
This is a big rotation in the bottom lane, though. They just smoked up on Leo style. Coil is available. Husky's going to block this gank with his body, but the Coil comes out just in time, and now I don't think you have any way out here on the Monkey King. Just gets popped by that Coil. Leo style, the first rotation of the game, and it's incredibly successful. Husky might go down here as well, as he has no help coming behind the tower. Slayton, no Rolling Boulder quite yet, as he's only level 4 on this Earth Spear, and he's able to get out. In the meantime, Gunnar's not pushing mid tower. Like, he only has 2 points in Edict. He has no mana to work with, and mid tier 2 or mid tier 1 tower has lost 0 HP.
Yeah, Gunnar, he's trying to get access to this tower here, but unfortunately used the last of it on that Pulse Nova there. All out. So someone's got a TP in from the fountain into the mid lane to refill this guy's bottle, or else he's gonna farm way slower than Leo style here.
Ooh, top lane. I mean, they got to get a sentry down here sometime. Like, MJZ dropped this when Brax died in the last encounter, and they never got the D ward off. In the jungle, though, Husky, he's been found by Slade, and Leo Styles here. It should be an easy pick off for them. Couple auto attacks, a Waning Rift. Almost loses the courier, but not in time.
Yeah, this
and they get the D ward now.
Yeah, this feels bizarre out from Gunnar. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, he's been sitting mid with such little mana. Didn't end up sending himself any clarities, any mangoes, so every time Puck has gone to rotate out to another lane, it's gone unpunished. I mean, that's one of the great things about Leshrac. The moment that the enemy mid goes to rotate and get a kill, you do tons of damage to the enemy mid tower, which is the most important objective in the game right now.
Oh my god, a freaking tornado in the top lane. Oh, and it dies. Okay, well, never mind. Less impactful. Fake hype here on this channel. Sammy Boy trying to do some damage to Sacred here. Sacred's level 6 though, and suddenly he has kill threat onto the Monkey King. He does have a little bit more levels than he did the last time they went head to head in the bottom lane. Or at least Sammy Boy was only level 4 when Timbersaw came to the lane at 6. So it is favoring him a little bit, but I mean, net worth wise, already a solid lead for Thunder Predator. The Puck having a fantastic time. And so is the Spectre. I mean, they're both top of the net worth chart. Leshrac, he's been found. That Coil, it gets committed. They pop it immediately on Leshrac. The Boundless Strike comes out, but the damage is already there.
Yeah, there was a nice attempt to get out of the Coil there. Husky dropping that Fate's Edict onto Leshrac, so it didn't do damage when he snapped that Coil, but there was too much from Puck. Doing almost 500 damage just from auto attacks there because of that double damage rune.
Brax able to take down MJZ top. You know, he sees these heroes go bottom and he finds the kill. Dude, Jerry has been on it with this camera work today is what I've noticed. I like, shout out to him. I don't know what's going on.
A little bit better. Looking for a real job, perhaps.
Yeah, focusing up for grand finals. Bottom lane, your tower's gone to a timber. I mean, you die once bottom, and that's what he does. He just allows you to tank the whole tower and all the creep waves. And now he can just go top and protect this one forever.
Yep. Or even potentially look to take this one from them. 10-minute mark. We're about 10 seconds off, so we're seeing a rotation roll through bounty runes, and catapults will spawn afterwards. Sammy boy, he's here. They zone him away from this one. Brax looks like he's going to commit for it.
Yeah, Brax feels pretty safe going for it. They do stack up the hard camp here. Looks like they're going to give this on over to Sammy Boy. He's got 4 points in the tree dance, so low cooldown. Does have the Boundless Strike to try and cleave this down as well, but should be able to clear up this stack fairly quickly here. Yeah, look at that. Very nice. Gives him a lot of gold. Spectre does decide to go for the battle or the blade mail build, and he also has baby blade mail, the chipped vest.
Oh my god, that's actually kind of amazing. He doesn't have any rings of regen, so he's going to lose a lot of HP, but once he gets his level 10, he'll probably get the +5, but he's going to farm so incredibly fast with just these 2 items.
I mean, the chipped vest gives 3.5 HP regen. In the jungle, they found Gunnar once again. He's trying to juke out spells, but the coils from Puck just too damn much. And Sladen, his rotations have been fantastic. He goes ahead, gets caught by a terrorized Sammy Boy, trying to find a kill here. Boundless Strike available, will connect, they get one. Leo style out of mana, has to disengage now. So a 1-for-1 trade. Ocean, the one finding that kill, but they're struggling for sure here on the side of 4Zoomers to keep up with the pace of Thunder Predator.
I mean, you definitely are happy to give that up on Thunder Predator, the pause 4 for the mid laner. Gunnar, you know, he's finding a lot of farm, yeah, but he hasn't been doing his job as Leshrac. He's been dying again and again. He was sitting with no mana here in the mid lane. He just feels off to me this game.
And the stacks went to Monkey King. I thought they were stacking this jungle for Leshrac to recover, but it ended up just being Monkey King's stack. He's like, you think Gunnar gets the wealth on this team? I don't think you know who Sammy Boy is.
Not this game, he's not. He's gonna need to play better in the mid lane. But the tower here, again, just sitting at full. I mean, it went unpunished as Leo Star went around getting kill after kill. And
they coil him again in the mid lane. This time, Husky is here. He snaps the coil, gets the magic weave. There's gonna be the false promise. Hans comes in. Wait a minute. He didn't get the false promise. Did he get silenced? I cannot believe it. Brax with a huge burrow strike, but they don't have the damage. They get 3, make it 4. Oh my god. This is literally the worst case scenario for 4Zoomers.
Yeah, he got silenced around the exact same time that, yeah, they got silenced at the exact same time Leshrac died there. After pulling this one open. That was pretty unfortunate for them.
He was baiting Gunnar so hard, knowing that false promise was available, and I guess just a well-placed like geomagnetic grip through the trees maybe, or Puck's Waning Rift managed to clip Husky on the Oracle.
It hit them both.
Yeah.
Excellent play there by Sladen.
Gunnar might be dead top. They're gonna roll in after him. Sammy Boy is here. All right, they do see him, so they're pinging him out. Sladen wants to leave, but a great time Boundless Strike. Split Earth off the mark, however. Sladen drops that Magnetize, but gets taken down by Monkey King. A lot of damage coming in from Sammy Boy in that fight there.
Yeah, that was a misplay there by Sladen. He wanted to kick Gunnar away. He ended up dropping a rock on top of himself because he had just silenced them, so couldn't end up kicking Gunnar with that boulder smash as it prioritizes the boulders. Once they're on top of him, he was just done. They rotate up here to the top lane to stop
another
Gunnar.
coil. They're going to use it right away. Can he get... He just says, screw it. I am committing immediately. Not this time, sir. My boy will stay alive now. Sammy Boy, he just blinks in super aggressively. Terrorize on the backside. Does catch 2. MJZ's just stuck here all by himself inside the Wukong's command. That untouchable ain't going to help you against the soldiers. And Sammy Boy grabs the tower. A sick play there from the Dark Willow.
Much needed recovery for Gunnar as well. He needed to be part of some of these team fights, get kills, get himself some towers. You know, the reason why they pick Leshrac, or anyone picks Leshrac, is like that overwhelming team fight damage and tower push ability when the enemy mid laner rotates for kills. So finally get some use out of him. I did like how Thunder Predator, you know, they disengaged and they're ready to fight again immediately after that false promise came out. But Ocean definitely saving that play.
Yeah.
If he didn't get that terrorize off, he just would have jumped forward on top of Monkey King as he was ulting, got that winning rip
Oh my god, they found Gunner again. They just don't stop. They're constantly running at this Leshrac. He's got these boots of travel. He's pretty quick, but he cannot dodge out the magic damage. He's bottling up. Can he get away? It's a hasted puck. Gunner in fear. He just commits the coil. Oh my god. Leo Style has spent his entire game just demoralizing Gunner on this Leshrac.
Yeah, they had to oh, Sladen. You're gone.
Yeah, I mean, a nice attempt there to get the D ward, but Brax, that's his blink reveal, able to punish it. Surprised they don't deny the ward unless they're able to have a sentry go out there.
I mean, they'll keep that one there. I think they plan on dropping a sentry, and I guess Brax can just wait around here for them to come back up. He's still got Epicenter available. He's got Blink Burrow Strike. You just bait this one out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an observer ward, so you see them coming. And I think what MJZ is about to do.
Husky comes over. He's like, all right, I'm getting this D ward now. Time. All right. Can they get Sacred here? Their Burrow Strike. It's committed. He's stuck into Bramble. The magic damage from the Zoomers. They're finally going to take down Sacred on the Timber Saw. They commit a lot of big spells, but a big one, and it's worth it, right? Slowing down Timber Saw's game is necessary.
Yeah, that was 1,500 magical damage that they ended up doing to him there, so. Thank you, Sacred. But yeah, slowing down his game is a pretty big deal. He's working on a Lotus Orb right now, which does a lot against this team. You know, counters out Cursed Crown.
They managed to catch the Enchantress, not the hero that can go scouting now that Brax has this Blink Dagger, and you got a lot of burst damage here that can go through it. Almost I mean, not almost, I guess. You're still 2,500 off the Aghanim Scepter here on Monkey King, but I mean, that is a big item timing. We see how much damage this Aghanim Scepter can do. Now, do the Radiance, does it apply to the soldiers is the question. Because they're like
Monkey?
basically in immune units, right? They're like invulnerable or untargetable units, aren't they?
Chance, you mean?
Yeah, like the Radiance mischance.
If they're invulnerable, they don't take Radiance damage, and so they can't get a mischance.
Okay, that's what I thought. So it's less impactful for sure. Oh, Leo Style, he may have bit off more than he can choose. The backside, they're trying to get Husky before he can save himself. The stun, the split earth, is it there in time? He gets the false promise. They get the puck, and now two heroes on the run. Leshrac getting destroyed by this blade mail. MNZ going in really far for this one, though, and he may regret it. He's got to get a save in. Sladen able to do it. Well done by him, and Sammy Boy goes down instead. Fantastic fight here from Thunder Predator and Sacred. He's going to keep going. Bro Strike is all that you can do to try and throw it out. Husky now on the run. A little bit of server lag here. You're underneath the tower, Sacred. Does he care, though, is the question.
Got 24 stacks of the reactive armor, but he runs out of mana, and that one he does care about. He's forced to care about. So killing Leo Style, that one does feel pretty good. He's been having a hell of a game, but you lost both your position 1 and 2 for that. So fight does go a little bit in the favor of Thunder Predator, just because it would have been worse, but Leo Style has been having an amazing game.
Yeah, it's the blade mail came in from Spec, right? She just haunts right on top of the Leshrac, and Gunner just basically kills himself immediately, you know?
Yeah, and they tried to save him with that Fate's Edict, but you didn't have the Oracle ult to commit onto the Leshrac either, because you'd used it on yourself to stay alive, and the Fate's Edict doesn't stop the blade mail from returning the Diabolic Edict damage, unfortunately.
They have just done such a good job at hunting heroes in the Radiant jungle, and MJZ and Sladen, they are nearby. Sammy Boy is like, I'm out, dude. Screw this. They managed to catch Puck in the jungle, or rather in the river. Oh my gosh, the Maelstrom proc on the Boundless Strike kills the Puck. Wow, I did not think they had the burst damage, but it ends up being enough. And now MJZ on the run. Brax, he has Blink Bro Strike available. Will find him another Bramble Maze in a couple seconds. Yeah, it doesn't even seem like it's going to be necessary as he's stuck inside of this sandstorm. They get a second kill on the Monkey King, and now you're about to have an axe.
Yeah, some much needed breathing room, and Monkey King finally surpassing Puck in net worth up at 8.6k. But MNZ, you haven't addressed this issue. This guy's been farming up with a blade mail and a chipped vest.
Radiance on the way, brother.
Yeah, I mean, one of the super things that was really broken in the last patch about Spectre was the blade mail. Chip Vest making it even stronger, and now Radiance. By merely existing in these team fights, MNZ can kill your entire team.
Yep.
This is the final boss of Thunder Predator.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you have to have a really good answer for this hero here pretty soon, or you're going to be in some serious trouble. You need to tank up on the Lestrak. You're going to need a BKB. He's got the Yules completed, but 1,200 HP is not enough to deal with this Spectre like you're talking about.
Yep, and it looks like he just wants to hold onto that Chip Vest for the HP regeneration and damage return if anyone dares attack him in these team fights, even though Imclaw is available.
Timbersaw closing in on the Lotus Orb as well. He's able to grab the plate mail for the time being, and he also gets a Nether Shawl. So Sacred a lot tankier now as a result of a couple nice item drops there. 20 minutes is coming. Oh, the coil. The cast range from that. Oh my gosh. He catches Sammy Boy. A nice blink in for Brax. The epicenter is there, but the false promise finally comes out. The Wukong's command. It's going to do some serious work, but they're able to just jump the backline. Sammy Boy, he has to walk out of his ult. There's nothing left. They just get melted. Brax will be able to take down the Enchantress with the help of Gunner, but they are not done. The Rolling Boulder perfectly placed, and now Lestrak, he just goes down. MNZ is just running over 4 Zoomers, 5-0 and 8. I mean, this game is looking borderline hopeless already for 4 Zoomers.
Yeah, like I said, he's the true final boss. Leo style, he was a real issue, but the farming speed, thanks to this blade mail and Chip Vest on Spectre, you just have to kind of accept Spectre's presence here. You have to kill her without attacking her somehow, which is a very, very tall order. Brax, he's in trouble. Radiance, blade mail doesn't end up activating underneath the Sandstorm, but Brax is forced to walk away as soon as MNZ approaches. Has a mana issue right now. Gonna send himself out some clarity. Only a single clarity? Come on, dude.
I'm surprised he went for a Yules this game on the Sand King. A lot of times we see the Hood of Defiance come out as a way to tank up on the Sand King, but I guess he, would rather have this Yules.
I suppose he's worried about the silence coming out from the Puck.
Puck has just like seen a hero and then immediately coiled them all game. I mean, that's just been all he's doing. They're trying to find Leo style here, but he's not even the kill. Like, they need to get this Spectre. He cannot be allowed to continue to free farm the way he has. He is almost to a Manta style now as Samuel Boy just finishes an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, I mean, how do you kill this Spectre right now, though? It's got to be right now before he gets his Manta style. Don't get me wrong, but with the Radiance Chip Vest Blade Mail, you break your hands trying to punch him.
Lotus Orb completed on Timber. I mean, he's very strong. Gunner committing for the mid lane. His team sitting behind him on the side. They don't have vision of them quite yet. They do now. Gonna be able to just drop a Bramble and disengage. Sammy Boy on the high ground. He has a Wukong's command available. They coil up Brax on the backside. Sammy Boy, he's got to get across. There's gonna be the Wukong's command. It's only holding Timbersaw in place. I don't know if they have the damage. There's a nice Bro Strike. Can the Maelstrom procs do it? Sacred Timber chains to the other side. He's gonna be able to make it. Brax pops the Epi, blinks forward, able to maybe get the Timbersaw. He's surviving 100 HP. There's the Bro Strike. They might get him. They finally do. Other side of the fight, Gunner running for his life as Leo Style and the Spectre are in pursuit. Nice false promise, able to keep him alive. They will be able to Waning Rift up to the high ground, but Brax, he's here. The blink forward, the Yules, it does catch the Spectre. This could be the fight they need. The Burrow Strike into a perfect split earth. They do it. They take down 4 heroes here. Oh, have they caught this Puck? There's no blink. The blink Burrow Strike once again. No Bramble Maze available. Looks like Leo Style will be fine. Oh, MJZ. Oh, my lord. Okay, he just gets Yules into double Soldier and just gets destroyed by these.
Yeah, again, invulnerable, so they don't end up getting slowed down by that Untouchable and Enchantress.
I'm surprised Sammy Boy decided to attack this, because you can actually just stand next to the Roshan and the soldiers won't proc aggro and they can actually just kill Roshan slowly.
I guess he did want to take it a little bit faster if he's able to. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to grab before Spectre's back up with that haunt. But that last team fight, that was 100% user error by MNZ. He ended up chasing out both the Oracle and the Leshrac, wasting his Blade Mail at a pretty inopportune time as well. Got kited around for the entire duration and 3 of his heroes dying on the front line.
Incredible job there. I actually did not expect them to get the Roche before the Spectre respawned, and they do. And now suddenly this, what was almost a 7.5k gold lead is Down to 3, and you have an Aegis on the Monkey King.
Yeah, I do think this is all MNZ error, though. They didn't necessarily need to give up that last team fight that they did. MNZ didn't play that one quite right. Even when they ended up getting the Yules off onto him over here, he didn't pop that blade mail as he came back down. If he did, I think Grax would have died. Sitting underneath him with that sandstorm. Finishes the Manta style on Spectre, which will make his life a little bit easier, but, you know, it's not going to fix the user errors that he had in that last team fight.
So we are going to see a BKB as the next item on the Monkey King's. Manta completed on Spectre, going for the Eye of Scotty. Pretty much the same builds we see on this hero, you know, every time. It doesn't really change all that much. Sometimes you go Radiant, sometimes you don't. But other than that, it's always like Manta, Scotty, you know, Abyssal Blade, right?
Yeah.
Tier 2 towers under siege from both teams. Dire still have their fortification for a moment. Timbersaw is going to TP in. I don't know if you want to fight this on 4 Zoomers. You do have a little bit of vision, but you can't see behind the tower there. Sacred, you're going to jump right into 4 heroes. Can they chainstun him down? Slayton, he gets caught by a Boundless Strike, but the Haunt comes in. Monkey King in so much trouble, just gets bursted. And Brax, his epicenter doesn't do a whole lot of anything. Backside of the fight, Gunner, he's taking a ton of damage as well. Burrow Strike will catch them, but the Wukong's command finally comes out. You've lost 4. It's just Sammy Boy versus the world, and against a Spectre is not going to go too well. What a disaster once again for 4 Zoomers. They just do not take the fight they want.
No, Spectre managed to get onto Oracle in the back line, and I think Puck managed to silence him up on the edge of that waning rift, so he couldn't keep himself alive or get off this this false promise. That's exactly what needed to happen last time, and now MNZ edges closer to this Eye of Scotty. Once he has the Oracle and the Leshrac, aren't going to be able to kite him anymore. So another what is this, 20, like another 2,000 gold, and I think the game is like be pretty much secured by Thunder Predator. I was worried about them being able to kite him around again, but you know, the amount of damage coming out from this guy is absolutely insane.
It really is. Yeah, I mean, you're just in a scenario where you need the BKBs. You know, Leshrac, he opts to not go the Blink Dagger like he had queued up, and I think this is entirely correct. Like, he has to get this Black King bar. It is now available, so it does give them a timing to play around. But in these fights, like Gunner, he just has no game. It's once again, you know, the Thunder Predator is just focusing on shutting down Gunner. And I think they learned from game 1, you know, if they can slow down his game enough, you know, there will not be enough space for 4 Zoomers to play.
We need to take a fight right now, I feel, while this Haunt is down before Spectre gets the Eye of Scotty. But I'm not sure they're going to be able to get their hands on anybody. They're grouping up potentially for a smoke. They've got one on Dark Willow here. But they might just sit behind Sammy Boy here in the jungle. He's scouting it out for them.
I mean, he's almost to a BKB as well. It'd be a fantastic drop. Tier 3 items coming out. We're going to see the Psychic Headband, Orb of Destruction, and the Enchanted Quiver. Now, the Quiver, I think, works on the Monkey King soldiers, does it not? Or did they change that so that it doesn't anymore?
Yeah, they changed it. It used to work like every hit or something like that.
Yeah, it used to work for sure. I mean, even on the first hit, it used to work, but I think they don't proc it anymore, right?
No. Yeah, that would be very broken. I think they changed that one like one of the 7.27 patches, or maybe even the one before that. 7.26.
Soldiers' attack speed is fixed, right? They don't benefit from attack speed, right?
Correct.
So you get the Elven Tunic here on Sammy Boy. Gives you a little bit of attack speed, evasion, and movement speed. The evasion actually could be pretty powerful here against the Spectre, but you know, it feels like you're in a rough scenario. The Eye of Scotty is going to be coming out from MNZ here very quickly, and he gets a freaking Mindbreaker of all things. So we talk about how good this item is at getting onto the back line and just taking down the support that you want.
The question is if he holds onto this or the Orb of Destruction. Either way, whoever he jumps on is going to be slowed to a crawl between the Spectral Dagger, the Orb of Destruction, and Eye of Scotty.
So they end up putting the Cloak of Flames on Leshrac, which is a lot more magic damage, which is pretty sick. Gives him a little bit of armor as well. They smoke up mid. I mean, they got the BKBs. They're going to find the Timbersaw. A nice split earth to follow. A good silence comes in. There's the Terrorize. You have no way out of this. Timbersaw, can they bring him down in time? He's taking through it all. The Haunt on the backside. Again, they're looking for Oracle. He's just dead immediately. They drew trade 1-for-1. Sammy Boy has his BKB. They're looking for MNZ on the Spectre. This would be the big kill. He's able to get a kill just with the Desolate alone. Oh my god, the Dispersion. Brax, the epicenter. Can they get the Spectre? It's the kill that they need, but the rolling boulder comes in. It's Sammy Boy once again by himself. Gunner buys back into the game. He needs to find something here as all the boys on Thunder Predator just disengage. Once again, a disastrous fight for Thunder, or for four Zoomers. They just cannot find these kills.
That was your best case scenario. That team fight you took the very start of it before the Eye of Scotty is online. Now there's going to be no getting away from MNZ as this one is completed.
It's another scenario where the Wukong's command feels underwhelming, right? He drops it out and they just delta split and kill other heroes. There's no way Husky can ever play this Oracle safely, right?
No, and the Mindbreaker makes it even worse. MNZ opts not to hold it, but that is going to be Puck's one target, and this is exactly what I was talking about. The Void Spirit and the Spectre just able to jump out of the back line there. Puck doing the exact same thing. He's got the Psychic Headband now as well, so if he felt like he could just drop that Dream Coil on somebody, then push them back the 400 distance there.
Yeah, this is a pretty sick item for Puck.
Yeah, they've got so many solutions to what four Zoomers have. Sammy Boy, he just can't do it anymore. And like you mentioned with the Delta Split on the Wukong's command, you've tried to solve that by going the Orb of Corrosion, but it's not enough by itself. He's going for the Scotty, but I'm not sure you'll have that kind of time. Thunder Predator, they're going to be looking to close this game out. Well, Hawk sends himself out the book over here. I think just trying to get that level 25 as quickly as possible. He's going to be going for the Winning Rift AoE in range, which again is just being able to land that on both on like Brax on the front line and Oracle on the back line at the same time, which is entirely possible once you have that talent. Going to be a huge issue.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Top
attack.
lane, Sammy Boy, he's scouting up in the trees here, but Sladen, he's hunting for him.
Dire are scanning
He's gonna find him. Oh no.
The Haunt comes out. Can he survive? Sladen on the run. The TP. The boulder. It connects. Oh my gosh. Monkey King in shambles. He BKBs for this for some reason, thinking he might be able to stand his ground, but it doesn't matter.
One Spectre's on top of you. You're already gone. I mean, it was the correct play getting out as quickly as he could there, but it's not enough. He even had the extra tree dance cast range. I mean, you saw him hop from tree to tree as quickly as possible. Sammy Boy, he doesn't have buyback
Oh,
either.
they found Gunner in the bottom lane. He has to BKB for this. He's all alone. He's just going to go for the TP. No coil available either, and he will survive. But, I mean, that's another BKB down.
Yep. Roche is going to be a slower respawn, which is pretty fortunate for four Zoomers as they wouldn't have BKB or Sammy Boy to participate in this fight. But continuing to hold control over the map. Imagine they're at least going to set up more vision around this Roche pit here, while Zoomers don't have their heroes up on the map. They're doing what they can to stall for time so you can get a couple more items on Sammy Boy, but by then, you know, the Spectre's going to have an Abyssal Blade done.
Tower is under attack.
Your problems with Spectre getting on top of your heroes are only going to get worse the further this game goes on. Right now, Heroes on 4 Zoomers just locked inside their base.
Yeah, absolutely. And pardon my dismissal from the cast for a few moments there. I was getting chat under control as we get some more mods rolling in to get rid of all these absolute disgusting spoilers. You know, these people, they have nothing better to do. Get them out of here. Remove them from the stream. Get them out of here. Leave the streaming experience to all the regular Twitch chatters, not these degenerates.
No. Ban first, ask questions later. That's what I said.
Yep. Roshan still not up. It is I mean, like you said, it is a long respawn. 44 more seconds available. Monkey King is alive, but you are now 13,000 behind against this Spectre. I mean, what is your game plan here, Neff? I have Scotty done, Basher done, almost to the Abyssal Blade. Just feels like once again, Thunder Predator, you can't shut down MNZ. Like, it's just the MNZ show over and over again.
Yeah, I had my doubts when I saw him, just ditch his team and try to chase Leshrac and Oracle in that one team fight. But since then, there's no escaping this Eye of Scotty Orb of Destruction that he's got. That is such a significant slow, especially against the heroes that he needs to get on top of, which is the Oracle and the Leshrac, the 50% under the range heroes.
All right, there's going to be the Roche respawn. Both teams will be scouting it out as Oracle sending in a courier, and do have the melee creep already in here, so both teams are aware. Now the question is, who can fight it? The thing is, Four Zoomers do have a pretty good Roche fight, right? You have Brax on this Sand King. You have Terrorize from Willow. Of course, you have Wukong's command. Like, on paper, you're looking at this, you're like, okay, Four Zoomers' Roche fight should be better, but can you do anything against this Spectre?
Not when she's got an illusion rune. Look at this.
Oh god, she has an illusion rune. Yeah, that's a rough one. All right. I mean, you're positioned on the high ground. You've got to get in somehow on this Monkey King. They have perfectly chopped down these trees, so there's no way to get a solid Wukong's command, and that is it. Roche is dead. Aegis and Cheese going the way of Thunder Predator. They're just unable to fight, and Sladenroll's going to roll in onto the high ground. He finds Gunner. There's going to be the boulder kick on out. He's looking for the backside. Oracle forced to put out a false promise onto Leshrac. Can they take down these heroes? Husky's the first one to go, and then Brack saved for a moment by Yules, but they even roll into the backside. They catch Ocean. 3 heroes dead. Oh, it's a disaster. Make it 4. They have no ability to fight. Spectre just haunts in, and the fight ends.
And with the positioning of Four Zoomers, you could see that they knew exactly what Spectre was going to do. Brax was on top of all the Haunt illusions and Spectre as he jumped in. And even with that, they couldn't manage to keep Oracle safe. So, again, I had my doubts with MNZ when he ran off earlier. But just given how powerful he is, even when Four Zoomers know exactly what's going to happen in these team fights, where MNZ is going to be, and have put themselves in position for it, it's not enough. You can't get into this anymore. There's absolutely no way.
There's just no protecting anybody, right? Like, Puck, Timbersaw, Earth Spirit, they just run over anybody in their path, and there is 0 kill potential on any of these heroes, I feel like. Even if Wukong's command comes out, they just walk outside of it. I mean, Leshrac doesn't do any damage in these fights at all, which is surprising because Leshrac is supposed to be one of the highest damage heroes of the game right now, and it just doesn't seem to matter. You're 21,000 behind. You got nothing to play with, and MNZ is just going to feel very confident taking racks after racks here, as you only have the tier 2 tower in the top lane. Bottom lane, there's going to coil Sammy Boy. Leo style, he can pop this with that Force Staff. The question is, will he decide to? I guess maybe opting not to, as he stands his ground, pops the BKB. He will find Sladen in the base. What's going on here? Leshrac, he's still dead. Sammy Boy able to survive. Curse Crown does come out, pops, protected by a Lincoln Sphere. All right, Sammy Boy gets a kill, but he loses his BKB in the process.
Yeah. MNZ, he just opting to continue to hit buildings here. They protect the Barracks there. They're up 20k net worth. If you're able to take a fight on 4 Zoomies, you do so now with the Earth Spirit dead and Haunt on cooldown. I mean, you'd be happy fighting to Aegis with that, though. I think the biggest threat is somehow forcing this Haunt on Zoomers and keeping Oracle alive.
Brax, Blink Burrow Strike, he catches Enchantress, but he's fighting into MNZ. A nice Boundless Strike catches them. The buyback, the Haunt on over. Where is he? He's on the backside looking for Husky. The dust tugs out, and now in some serious trouble. Double buyback, though. Can they take down Sacred? This is a big kill, but he's able to Timber Chain away. The Burrow Strike on the backside. They managed to maybe kill off this Leo-style Puck, but it's not going to be enough. 3 heroes evaporated by Sacred's Timber Saw, and it is just a huge loss once again as Gunner outside of the base gets saved by a false promise. Not a lot of mana left on the Puck. He's going to be able to jaunt himself up to the backside. He's going to be fine. And MNZ again protected by this Aegis. Never in any danger.
Someone needs to feed the Spectre some mangoes. He's sitting at way too low mana right now. He actually swapped his boots out in the middle of that team fight to mango himself. And the reason they couldn't continue that chase on Zoomers is because Spectre clipped herself up here. With
oh my gosh,
pick.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Was stuck there for a moment while waiting for the mana for Spectral Dagger to come back off of cooldown, but just needs to send out a bunch of mangoes right now and use them. I mean, they have the opportunity to close this game out. Double damage rune now found. Aegis for another minute and 20 seconds. I mean, the only thing stopping MNZ from ending this game right now is MNZ, I feel. There's no way to fight into them. Haunt is a pretty important tool. I mean, being able to jump onto this Oracle is the biggest thing, but execution keeps going the way of 4 Zoomers in the team fight. But this Spectre is so insanely powerful that it doesn't really matter what they do.
Yeah, it just gets worse and worse, honestly, as this goes on. And, you know, you do have Sammy Boy once again on his Monkey King. He is level 25, so you have the additional Wukong's Command Ring, which gives you a lot to work with. Can they burst down Sacred? That is the big question. Oh, he finds Slade on the backside. Leo style, he gets caught by the Fear, the Splitter. Can he get brought down? He does. A great 2 starts to this fight. Now, there's your Wukong's Command Spectre. You're stuck inside. He does have the Aegis. It's not expiring for another 30 seconds, though, and he is turning this damage around onto Sammy Boy. He just does not care. Your first life, you buy back from Gunner. Sacred, gotta be careful here. You have a lot of magic damage. Sammy Boy, he's got to get away, but there's gonna be the daggers. Leo style comes back, able to find the kill. Now MJZ, not really where you want to be here, sir. Triple kill for Gunner, doing some work. They buy back on Ocean, this Dark Willow, but False Promise comes out trying to save Gunner. A good disengage here from 4 Zoomers. A decent fight coming out from them, but there's the Abyssal onto Ocean. He gets silenced up. The giant AoE of that Waning Rift. Unable to get away, and mid lane Sacred already here chipping away at your barracks.
Yeah, and MNZ finishing up the top tower. He walked into several brambles, so he couldn't continue chasing that last team fight, but Sammy Boy, dead without buyback, needs 740 gold. Leshrac can't hold this by himself either. The moment he tries to walk forward, he will get Abyssal Blade by MNZ. Haunt is off a cooldown now as well, but they don't need to commit this. They can just hold this and wait for the rest of 4 Zoomers to respond before committing everything.
There's just nothing you can do.
Yeah.
The Haunt in, there's the Abyssal, just like you talked about. Husky, he's somewhat close, but the Waning Rift AoE, my lord, you just cannot do anything on this hero. He just, look at this, he just taunts by dropping his items in his face. 5 heroes dead now. Leo style has styled on Zoomers once again.
He has had an incredible puck game. Inspector, you know, lucking out, grabbing that chip vest after having an amazing start to this game. So much farm. This guy, he's too big to fail. He's sitting at 32,000 net worth. 10k ahead of Sammy Boy here. And he's going to respond, but how do you fight into them without Leshrac and Oracle?
You don't. There's actually no way to fight into this. The Abyssal Blade will kill you. You don't have enough bonus armor to fight it. Well, he's going. He just drops the Wukong's Command on the bottom racks. He wants to do what he can. Sacred pops that Minotaur Horn, trying to run away, but guess what? The barracks is gone. Mega's claimed there for Thunder Predator, and now what do you do but cry as you're falling one by one here to Thunder Predator? They just close it out, man. That's the GG. They secure game 2 here in the grand finals. An incredible performance once again from Thunder Predator.
That ends up making this series 2-1 of the best of 5. So now 1 game up. Thunder Predator, Leo style on this puck looked absolutely amazing. Definitely the hero they needed to round out this draft. And the Spectre, not much has changed since 7.27, it seems.
Yep, seems to be the exact same hero. They didn't really change her at all. And, you know, this game, I mean, Blade Mail, and then like you talked about, the chipped vest ended up being an incredible item that dropped for her. It's one of the best counters in the game to Leshrac, right? We talk about this multiple times. Every single time we've seen Leshrac picked, it ends up being an absolute disaster for Leshrac.
Yeah, the Spectre pick up and then just running at him with the Blade Mail. I mean, there's very little execution on that as well. You just sort of walk at the guy. And with Husky there as well, it didn't really matter. All they did was change their target to Husky first and then go down for Gunner second. But net worth, Spectre just head and shoulders above everybody else the entire game. And a lot of that was due to the chipped vest being picked up. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw that when nerfed or made it so you couldn't carry it alongside a Blade Mail. That farming speed is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Spectre specifically, right, takes way too good of advantage of it. I am hot and sweaty after a game number 3 here. 4 Zoomers and Thunder Predator going head to head. We are about to go into game number 4. 4 Zoomers. We'll see if they can push it to a game 5, but Thunder Predator look borderline unstoppable. This Giants from South America trying to win their second tournament here and close out 2020 on an absolute high. We'll see you all in game number 4. Enjoy a small break here. Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to the BTS Pro Series Season 4. We're casting straight from the Mistwoods update here, and I'm Mark Cryptic. I've got Neff here with me. We're going into Game 4, 4 Zoomers versus Thunder Predator. Neff, holy crap, what a day it has been of Dota, but what should we, what's going on with Game 4 here? Anything that we need to expect?
You know, if 4 Zoomers, they weren't whipping out their pocket strats before, they need to start now. Last game was incredibly rough, but in all honesty, I think you could have chalked it up to a little bit of RNG that what is the chipped vest is just way too good on Spectre. That damage return allows you to farm way too fast, and the pickup along with the puck, you know, way too good. This game, Timbersaw, Marana banned out. Other side, Morphling Invoker banned out, but you know, they misplayed on MNZ a number of times that game. He ended up getting himself stuck on cliffs. He didn't have mana to continue his push and aggression. He chased way too far to get Leshrak and Oracle in one team fight, but with all that, it didn't matter. Their draft and their items were just way too good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this has been like an incredible performance from Thunder Predator. I mean, their drafts have been incredibly well thought out, and it seems like this team has like kind of figured out the patch. You know, they have 4 Zoomers number. They've dropped game 1 but bounced back with an incredible game 2 and game 3 performance. And yeah, this has just been, it's super entertaining to watch. 4 Zoomers dropping up with a Enchantress and Mars opener here. Now they get a Tusk, a new hero at least for today, and then they respond with Leo Styles Death Prophet immediately.
Yeah, at least we think it's going to be Leo style. I mean, it's possible they play this on Sacred, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Possible, but it'll very, in all likelihood, be a Leo style on this Death Prophet. The players, you know, all of them incredibly tired. Thunder Predator, they had to play several games yesterday. They played a best of 5. 3 games came out in the best of 3 series before this match. So Thunder Predator, they're on their, what is it, 7th game
Yeah.
so far in just the tournament today. That doesn't count any potential pubs that they played beforehand.
Yeah.
They
This
just play as fast as possible here.
They're in for the long haul. I mean, they've been here as long as we have. They've started out the day, losing game 1 to Sad Boys, then coming back the reverse sweep 2-0, and then here they are again. The grand finals, the drop game 1 to 4 Zoomers, get 2 wins under their belt, and now trying to close it out to become the Pro Series 4 champions. An incredible storyline for both of these teams, as we talked about multiple times today. I mean, they've gone head-to-head, tournament after tournament, all year long, constantly finishing near the top, but neither of them able to pull out a big win. And they might be able to close out 2020 with exactly what they've been hoping for.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, though. For Zoomers, they look incredibly strong. Brax does an amazing job of rounding out their team. Like Gunnar said, it's provided an amazing voice to the players.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now, Ancient Apparition. They got a Shadow Demon here. I guess they're just worried about them chain stunning them on top of Mars. But Ancient Apparition gotten rid of here. Spectre, Pangolier. The Pango, I'd be a little bit surprised to see, to be honest, given the fact that you already have Death Prophet inside the pool, and they wouldn't be able to flex that between the mid and the pause 2. Or sorry, the mid and pause 3. An Oracle banned out last here by 4 Zoomers. I guess they're worried about any potential save from the Mars Arena. I like 4 Zoomers starting bans more than I liked them last game.
Yep. Now, one thing that's really funny is you pick the Death Prophet in the first phase. It's not something we see right out of the gate normally, right? It's usually picked up in the second phase where it can be a little bit more protected. Like you were talking about, they do ban out the Shadow Demon and the Ancient Apparition, 2 heroes that are great at dealing with the Death Prophet, right? The Demonic Purge is incredible until you get the level 25 talent of Exorcism grants haste. And then you can't be slowed, but Ancient Apparition's Ice Blast, obviously a fantastic counter to Death Prophet.
Yeah. God.
What do you think the last ban is going to be here? Another hero that can deal with Death Prophet, or what?
This is another hero that, I mean, being able to burst down the Death Prophet very quickly with the Clinks. I guess they're just worried about Mars paired up with Clink. Samagoy has been amazing on this hero. Not something they want to give up in a dying now pick. So all very fast-paced heroes here on Thunder Predator.
It really is. I mean, this has just been Thunder Predator's playbook pretty much all tournament, right? They've gone with the Alchemist. They've last game, the Spectre was kind of like this late game trump card, but they played it really early. It wasn't something that they came back and won or anything, right? They had a very solid momentum pretty much at all stages of the game. And it's going to be a close one. We'll see what they decide to go here on 4 Zoomers. I'd assume, well, I mean, you could pick your other support, but you need something that can trade with the Undying lane. And I don't know what that's going to be. I mean, Timbersaw's banned. You could just pick Brax's hero since you do see, the supports and the Death Prophet. My Brax is playing Mars. I'm stupid. But there it is. Ocean's Willow. Why not? It's had a good showing all day. Despite, losing on it, but it does it has had a pretty good performance here on the main stage for sure.
Mm-hmm. I was actually just taking a look to see if this would have been the first time a South American team has won a non-specific South American event at Summit. But Thunder Predator actually won another tournament back in 2019. I think that was BTS Spring Cup Americas. It was a smaller one, only $5,000 prize pool. But for them to win this just one game off would be absolutely huge. Yeah. So I was a little bit distracted pulling up my info on that one.
Yeah, I was curious myself, when the last time Thunder Predator won a big tournament. Like you said, that wasn't a South American region only, but I don't think they've done it this year, right? They haven't been able to walk away with a big win here in the Americas.
Yesterday they won a big tournament.
What?
That was the Movie Star Liga Pro. They ended up 3-0ing Brazil. We mentioned a couple times. Well, SG Esports now, as they were just picked.
But the Ricky baby.
Him.
I love it. The Ricky pick here. This is something I very much enjoy. It's a great hero into the Mars, as we've seen over and over again. Kind of punishes the Dark Willow as well. She doesn't have many escapes against this hero. I mean, if you get the Blink Strike Cloud on top of her, she is just super dead. A wet paper towel as far as glass cannons go, and they just pick Sammy Boy's Naga Siren. Okay.
Now, they did lose with this one last time they played it, but that was more of an experimental issue. They wanted to go. Gunnar actually talked to us about this in the post-game interview. They were hoping that the net was like non-dispellable. They could song and kill somebody afterwards, but I think like they ended up like popping the net. It dispels the thing, and he wasted 4,200 gold. He said,
Yep.
It wasn't
not great. Yeah, that was definitely not something they had time to like test in a lobby. And yeah, you just press BKB and you're out. So I don't think we're going to be seeing that the Aghanim Scepter and Snare come out anytime soon. Again, since that is basically a complete waste of 4,200 gold, similar to the Phantom Lancer Aghanim Scepter. I can't imagine we will ever see those items picked up ever until they're reworked.
I think that they have their uses. It's going to be a very niche situation. It could end up being good, but definitely not the game for it last time it was grabbed. But let's talk more so this game, the Naga Siren issues that Thunder Predator are going to have. I mean, right now they've got no real way of clearing out these illusions unless Ricky goes for a Battle Fury, and even then, it's going to be a little bit awkward. The hero definitely wants to focus on single target, but he might be forced to go late game here, right?
Yeah, I really like the Zeus ban here. This would have given Zoomers a lot of momentum to work with in the mid game, like tons and tons of spell damage. Ricky, a very low health unit that does not do well against that. The Naga Siren, though, like you're saying, like if they take this late, it does definitely favor the Naga Siren. Last time when they played it, obviously there was a little bit of itemization issues, but I don't think they'll make that mistake again. The question is, do they have the damage to deal with the Death Prophet? Right, that's the big question mark. Like, is the Naga Siren good enough? I really like the Legion Commander and Underlord bans here because you need something that secures this Naga lane. And Legion Commander just pops the illusions with the overwhelming odds. Underlord is basically an immovable object, drops Firestorm. You can't do anything. Another hero that comes to mind is a hero called Centaur. Not typically picked all that often, but does do well into the Naga Siren lane because you just, excuse me. I was eating some cookies on the break there as I am very hungry. And I was going to say starved and hungry, and it came out as the wrong word. So we're just going to leave that one go. But I was very hungry during the break and ate a few cookies, and a little crumb got stuck in my throat there. But, it's not the worst thing I've said on the stream so far this tournament. I'll say that much.
Well, we got a blooper roll later on that we'll show everybody. But
I'm so red now. Dang it. My face. It's all right. I can take the camera away soon. You won't be able to see me.
Yeah, there's worse slips to make. Thunder Predator, they're thinking very hard about their last ban. They get rid of the Kunkka here.
That's a good one. Great against Death Prophet.
Yeah, that one pretty good against Death. But Death Prophet has an all right time at the start of the laning phase, but you're thinking post-laning phase right now. So these two heroes able to pump out tons of damage and decent catch on them as well. I'm more so curious about how Thunder Predator is going to round out their draft. I think Centaur is an excellent option. At times, they're going to need to kind of hold their ground, and they need somebody else who can sit in front of the rest of these heroes and set things up for Ricky. So if they did manage to get on top of the Death Prophet, for example, with all this disable they have, Centaur would do an excellent job of saving that Aghanim Scepter with the damage reduction on top of just like holding your place, using that Soul Siphon, healing back up with the Undying too. Would allow Thunder Predator to close out the game pretty quickly. And I think that's their goal with this very aggressive lineup.
Yeah. So what's the play here for Gunnar in the mid lane? I mean, he has his Storm Spirit still available, Ember Spirit still available. You could go for Void Spirit. We could see some non-traditional mid laners. Viper is also available here.
They need something that can spam out creep waves.
Dire must choose.
Okay. That's a hero that spams out creep waves.
Yeah, not as easy, but does do a decent job for sure.
Mm-hmm. Wind Ranger's seen a lot of success in the mid lane this tournament. I'm sure it'll be Wind Ranger mid. There's the possibility that they end up running Gunnar mid on Mars here, but you'd be at a disadvantage against the Death Prophet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
Five
one last
seconds
pick here for
remain.
Thunder Predator. Do you think it's going to end up being that Centaur after all?
I mean, to me, Centaur would make the most sense. It's good against Wind Ranger. You can't focus fire him. It destroys the Naga Siren in lane. Okay, they just go Sand King. It's not as strong against the Naga Siren, but it is still a good lane matchup overall. I would have liked to see Centaur to kind of change things up a little bit, as we've seen a lot of Sand King today. But yeah, this is a good one.
I think it's a very understood factor. You know what you're going to get out of the Sand King, and you're going to have no problem doing your job, regardless of how your lane goes. So that it is your AOE to deal with the Naga Siren. You can have some huge damage between the Sandstorm, Burrow Strike in your epicenter that will clear out these illusions here. I think MNZ will end up going to Battle Fury anyways, unless they can play this very fast and start winning every lane.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. A lot of it's going to come down to Ricky's timings, right? That's what we always see out of his hero, especially when MNZ is playing it. If he has a good opener, he's able to just shut down these other heroes, and Leo Styles Death Prophet might just run away with the game if he gets the opportunity to. Gunner's Wind Ranger, he needs to be able to get some big items early, become this big anti-carry, and shut down this Death Prophet, or else that might be all she wrote, and Thunder Predator could take the title.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how it goes. The Thunder Predator manage to close this one out in game number 4, or does it go all the way to 5 games? I got to say, these teams are very evenly matched. I would love to see a game number 5, but for Zoomers, they're going to have their work cut out for them. And Sammy Boy, he's going to need to dodge going to the Aghanim Scepter this game for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Big fan of this draft overall. I'm a little bit worried for 4 Zoomers. They just haven't looked as strong in Thunder Predator these last couple games, and we're gonna see the first time we've seen Tusk today, which this could be a big shakeup as far as how these lanes play out. You know, Tusk, an incredibly strong lane hero, dishes out a ton of damage as well. But the Naga Siren, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be shut down too hard by the Sand King.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Sand King is a decent solution. I think you're not giving enough credit. We'll have to see how this one goes. But this may give you the AoE damage that you need to deal with her until the later stages in the game come around. And with Undying and Tusk as your supports, and Death Prophet Ricky as your 1 and 2, I think you don't plan on letting it go late enough for these illusions from Sammy Boy to survive the burst from like a Sandstorm Burrow Strike. Here we go, Ricky.
All right, underway. Sacred and MJZ revealing themselves on the Naga Siren illusions there, and you know, it's just how it goes. Oh god, chat, leave me alone.
It's going to be okay.
I can't do it. Oh no.
Embarrassed in front of thousands. We've all been there.
Oh, what a disaster.
Well,
we're just gonna let that one go.
It's just we'll just get over this one.
I can't believe it.
There, Ricky. It's going to be okay. Just focus on your hero, named after you, of course.
That's all that matters. I was actually, you know, I talked to Ice Frog, you know, when he was first developing this game, and he's like, "Hey, do you want a hero named after you?" And I said, "Yes, of course." And that's how Ricky came about, in case y'all are wondering. That was the exact conversation. That's all it needed to be said.
Thank you, Mr. Frog. All right. Mid lane matchup. How did we see this one going? I think Gunner, you know, has an all right time here in this lane. Death Prophet has a little bit better base damage, but Gunner deals pretty well with the majority of what's inside Leo Styles' kit here. You know, you're not being able to get the Soul Siphon off a lot of the time, so it's probably going to be Cryptstorm maxed out first. You definitely want some points into the Soul Siphon by the end of the laning phase, so you're able to run people down and rotate, but other than that, it's going to be Cryptstorm all the lane, all the way in this lane.
Yeah, right. That's pretty much the idea when you're against ranged heroes, right? A lot of times you'll go Spirit Siphon against the melee heroes, but when you're against a hero like Wind Ranger who can just go Wind Run and then your Spirit Siphon's borderline wasted, you end up going the Crypt Swarm max. Bottom lane, Husky is just bullying Sacred. This is what happened to Brax last game, right? He was playing Sand King and just struggled really hard against the Enchantress. It's one of the worst support matchups you can deal with at level 1 because you don't have a way to deal. She just runs at you and you can't do anything.
Yeah. Just needs this Riptide here. Husky just searching for Sacred here in these trees. You'd be able to trade with him if you didn't have these damn illusions following him.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? This is what I was saying. Naga Sirens, illusions. You have Riptide at level 2 now. It's a problem.
Yeah. Not even worth taking out these illusions on the Sand King either. Otherwise, he'd turn around and he'd hit them, try to get that Sandstorm Burrow Strike off. But I think we talked about this earlier in the tournament. Oh, MJC. They're dropping a little bit low, and you have Shadow Realm available on Dark World, but they'll let him walk away. And we talked about this earlier in the tournament. You actually get 2 times the level in XP and gold when you clear out illusions. So, like level 2 illusions, not even worth the mana.
Yeah. And the thing is when you're playing a hero like Centaur in the lane with any other hero that can help clear the illusions or has like burst damage, looks like Tusk has finally come bottom. You just like stomp and you know, double edge the illusions, they all die, and you also deal a lot of damage to the Naga Siren at the same time. So it ends up being like a pretty okay trade. Gunner falling very low in the mid lane.
Yeah. I guess just trying to play a little bit more aggressive here. I think, is the bottle coming out right now? Yeah, it does.
Ooh, Husky, might go down bottom. The Tusk tag team doing some serious damage. Slaying one more auto attack, but just a little bit too fast. He's gonna be fine. Now Sammy Boy drops those illusions. Oh man, now it's hard to come back into the lane. Sacred will be forced to salve up. And Tusk just using what he can on this. Oh, nice Burrow Strike there onto the illusions. Again, didn't want to lose his salve right away. Wind Ranger in mid. Still getting bullied really hard by Leo Style. And he's getting crushed in CS. 21-6 to 10-2. This is a disaster in the mid lane.
I mean, you have more base damage on Leo Style, and you have Crypt Swarm, which is a bit better than Power Shot for sure, but it should be going this heavy in favor of Leo Style.
Oh, he forced the wave. What a BM play there. Just making so Gunner has no chance of getting the CS, and he can dive him under the tower or apply a lot of pressure as well. All right, we'll pick up both of those, Leo Style.
Yeah. 4 minutes rolls around. Leo Style and Gunner both have their bottles, of course, and of course, you see the heroes making the great rotation, the great migration into the mid lane.
Oh, he gets the bottle. Okay, he corners those shards there. There is like a little point on the shards where you can kind of wiggle your way into this in between them, and yeah, he's able to get himself the regen rune bottled there, which is massive.
Yeah, I think he manually clicked as close into it as he could because Kathleen tried to take him all the way around, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So this will make his life just a little bit easier. If Leo Style will let it. I mean, he just starts running him down immediately. You got to be careful with how far you go. You know, Gunner able to shock you to these trees if you try to dive the tower here.
I mean, he just got a regen rune and it gets popped immediately, I feel like. I don't know where Gunner's health went.
It's gone. Leo Styles has been doing an amazing job with these Crypt Swarms. I think almost every single one has landed on the Gunner and secured him CS at the same time. Top
Blink
lane.
Strike aggressively onto Brax. A nice God's Rebuke. Nice dodge there from Brax north into the trees. And Ocean's just going to try and run this out. And they're going to secure the runes instead, it seems. MJZ, a very hard hero to fight into here. Mars, not ideal. There's going to be the Shadow Realm. Wait, are they going to turn this, Brax? They saw him rotate back up north. Yeah, so MNZ's going to have to be very careful.
MNZ has to be very careful. He does have a couple of wand charges and could potentially dodge and stuff.
Spear off the mark.
Thousand to live. Here's Gunner with the power shots. Oh my god, MNZ.
That was so close.
Yeah, he's. I think he's got some regen flying. No, that's just a band of elf skin. You're gonna need more than that.
Radiant should look to their
Gunner is back here in the mid lane though. Didn't want to have leave Leo Style here with the catapult wave, and Leo Style trying to take full advantage of this. In fact, 6 minutes is gonna go around, so power runes are gonna spawn again.
Just giggling over here. Don't mind me. Just funny stuff. top lane, they will root up the Undying. He gotta be careful. He doesn't have mana for pretty much any spells left, and Brax could potentially chase him down.
Dyer's bottom tower
All right, does
is
have mana for the Decay now. Naga Siren off to a fantastic start, and you know, Sand King pretty much right where we expected at 17 last hits. You know, 6 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Sand King, he's going to have an easier time as he gets more levels, though. Eventually, Sammy Boy's going to struggle to be able to zone him out, but he does need, like, I think 3 points into 3 points into the Sandstorm, maybe 2 points in the Burrow Strike, so he can actually blow up these illusions. Eventually, it'll be worth it for him to commit onto the illusions, but that's not yet.
Yeah, I think all you really want to do right now is just wait for the lane to push in, because Sammy Boy is more... Ooh, top lane. They're going to dive Brax. This is going to be the first blood, and it goes to MNZ's Ricky of all heroes. And boy, do we know how good he is at playing this Ricky.
Radiant should look to their top tower.
Yeah, you can't let him have a good lane. I mean, we talk about this again and again. Ricky has one of the worst, or the worst stack growth rate in Dota, 1.4 agility per level, so he very heavily relies on having a good lane. But if he does manage to find a lot of gold, you know, he just pops off, and MNZ has been doing exactly that this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you have the average strength gain, but you have the worst overall stat gain of any hero in the game, right? But like when at max level, you're missing something like 25 or 30 stats compared to every other hero in Dota, which is pretty ridiculous. Leo Style pops the Exorcism bottom, as Sammy Boy has just been jungling. They have 2 wards, providing them tons of vision. Husky just gonna try and pull him off the tower and buy as much time as possible, but I mean, this is the first Exo. Oh, he's pulling the creep wave. Genius. That was a sick play.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Leo Style, he's trying to make up for it, but they have Fortify available too. They're not going to get any damage in on this tower.
Yeah.
Enchanted with the 200 IQ.
That was so smart, actually. I mean, they will still take a lot of damage now that the double wave is here, but they can come back bottom on someone. But top lane, you're starting to take some structural damage here too. Meanwhile, Ricky's going to get 2 couriers. Oh,
Stuck.
find the actual Ricky. Do they have dust? They do not. He's going to blink forward. Sacred's here as well as MJZ. Even Leo Style. 4 heroes coming to the top lane. Brax, he's got to get the TP out, but there's good shards from Slade and going to reveal him completely. And try and chew his way through the trees, buy as much time for his team as Brax?
Brax?
This man breaking some ankles. He's going to go down in the long run. Oh, he's going to go down in the long... There it is. Going to go down. You know, it's eventual. Eventually it's going to happen.
You want to bring down Brax faster, bring like 10 guys next time.
Yeah.
for Dyer's middle tower.
Bottom lane, MNZ under a little bit of harass here by Husky, who just threw the impetus onto him. No untouchable yet, and you have backstab, so gotta be a little bit worried. He's gonna...
He doesn't have Tricks of the Trade for this one, but you don't have the damage, I don't think, to kill the Ricky here. Maybe with another Shockwave, but he's able to get out. MJZ is close by as well.
Top tower is
And there's the pause.
Turned around him in a pretty surprising way. He might have been lagging a little bit there. It's entirely possible. Either way, definitely played MNZ there.
Yeah.
And took a lot of damage. Undying will be able to heal him up with another Soul Rip, which will come out in another couple of seconds. Or he could just pass him the salve. I'm not sure if he's going to end up using it himself. As the laning phase is basically all but over. It gives us time to look elsewhere as this pause is coming out, though. All right, Leo Style's already done.
now the fight resumes. But will it follow?
Slayton's going to be rotating towards the bottom lane. Not a whole lot of kill potential, though. He hasn't hit level 6 just yet.
I mean, he still has kill potential on the Dark Willow. And if, you know, you just have to save the Shadow Realm for that. You know, if you blow the Shadow Realm offensively, you can kill her. Husky just took 3 hits from that Tricks of the Trade and probably going to die here in the process as MNZ is level 7. Just a free kill for him. Nothing you can do on the Enchantress there.
Nice catch. Both by Jerry and MNZ, grabbing that Enchantress.
Dude, I'll be honest. I have not been this impressed with Jerry in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, this guy, I'm usually so angry at him constantly. But honestly, today, he earned his free banana and some.
Oh, maybe give him a juice box as well to go with that banana today.
Maybe I'll get him a Lunchable if he's really good.
No. You don't want to spoil him.
True.
the observer's gonna start be asking for rights and all that kind of stuff pretty soon.
Has to be
Salaries,
paid, not an intern. Come on.
absolutely not. MJZ soaking up XP here in the mid lane, trying to get his level 6. He's incredibly under-leveled right now.
Yeah.
Flesh Golem does go a very long way. With a strength multiplier it gives you. Gunner trying to catch back up to Leo style. He got absolutely bodied in lane, so.
Oh, Sammy, you don't have a point for Song of the Siren as he just gets collapsed on top lane. A fantastic rotation from Slade and Leo style, setting that one up. All right, they're countering to the top lane. They don't have vision of this, actually. Gunner, he comes in, gets the shackle onto Sacred. Power shot immediately interrupted by that silence. MJZ here as well. Brax trying to set up an arena. He's going to find Leo style, pin him against the wall. They're going to have that terrorize, but there's the snowball counter. Pulling him a little bit out of position, but they got nothing left. Oh, unless he hit a sick two-man shackle. Still, you're lacking the damage here. These power shots with this arcane rune is quite significant, but they just don't have the lockdown.
And Gunner, you know, he's still struggling to catch up. Leo style, he keeps finding these kills, so he had an amazing lane. He gets kill after kill as he goes to rotate. They've only managed to find one tower, which is slowed down by this Enchantress, and I gotta say, that was a pretty 200 IQ play by Husky, pulling them away and then fortifying that afterwards. But Death Prophet definitely wants to be able to pop this exorcism every time it's off a cooldown and pressure a tower or take a favorable team fight. And 4Zoomer's movements around the map are stopping that.
Holy
even though
crap.
he won incredibly hard.
Sacred has a blink.
What?
Sacred has a blink dagger.
And so he does.
When did this how what? He's 1,000 net worth in front of Brax.
I don't know when this happened. He was having a very bad time. I guess he just started clearing out illusions.
He came top, I guess. Oh, the blink forward, but he jumps into a bramble. Okay, Sacred, we were just praising you up. Don't let us cast curse you right now.
Yeah, we'll look somewhere else. There's stuff happening in the mid lane, for example.
They have dust. They do. Never mind. They're just gonna dive Sacred here. Have to be careful though. Sladen nearby does have Walrus Punch available. They have no tower push.
No, they do not. I mean, late game, they definitely win this. I've got no question in my mind about that. But for now, they...
Burrow strikes. They're going on to the Mars. The shackle doesn't come out, and Brax just gets melted so quickly.
Yeah, he drops the arena before he goes down, which will give his team time to disengage. And Sammy Boy doing his best to shove out other lanes. I mean, 4Zoomers are playing the map as well as they can, but they lack the heroes for it.
I mean, there's no way that snowball connects. He ended up picking up the move speed talent at 10, and he also has the faded brooch. This man is the definition of a zoomer. 448 move speed on the Naga Siren already this early in the game.
Yeah, 12 minutes in, that is pretty insane. MNZ, he's following Sammy Boy around, wants to find a kill, but you're out leveled. You're not going to do much physical damage, and that's all you've got. 56% resistance at 20 armor.
They know he's there. The illusions got path blocked for a moment, and then there was the sentry as well.
Yeah. Boys just gonna continue shoving out these lanes. Death Prophet positioning herself here in the mid lane, but I think that she wants level 12 before popping the exorcism again. Might just use it with the regeneration though. This mid tower incredibly important, but the power shot spamming out the waves. This is why it was an excellent last pick, right? This is something that they didn't have before.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to be able to slow down the push here from this Leo Styles Death Prophet, and he's got a regen rune, doesn't care, just walks right into the tower with the Exo. I mean, you could potentially slow it down with a Song of the Siren initiation, but you'd need Brax on the Mars here to do anything, and you're still fighting into Sacred's, you know, Sand King, the Tusk, and the Undying, all heroes that are incredibly strong right now in the game. MNZ, he's just going to snipe the Courier that's got the Manta recipe on it, and he just got the money for the Ultimate Orb. So no Manta style coming out for 2 more minutes. Leo style mid lane, cursed. Crown's going to hit him. They aren't going to continue the dive. They lose Brax in the top lane for the rotation of MNZ. Sacred didn't have to commit much more than a Burrow Strike, it seems.
Yeah, that's really all he had to end up doing. I mean, Ricky did a lot of damage as well, but just the Burrow Strike, no need to pop that epicenter. Oh, the illusions end up getting the tower, sitting at barely any HP, so they do finally manage to push something.
MJZ almost goes down, but a 6 save there from Sacred. Ocean not going to survive. He actually pops the Flesh Golem for the HP heal there in the mid lane. Gunner, I don't know about that one, Sladen. You are in the middle of nowhere, but MNZ's running on the backside. He's going to find Gunner. Yes, you take down the Tusk, but is it going to be enough? Windrunner, she's got to get out of here. MNZ, oh my god, Sacred, the Blink Epicenter. It was all a bait, and now Husky trying to TP out. They got a Yules. This just seems like Thunder Predator are just so in sync right now.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful. They couldn't manage to take the tier 1 tower after popping that exorcism, but here it is, the catapult in 15 minutes here to assist with the tier 1 tower, and that will be a 2,100 XP going the way of Thunder Predator and almost 1,500 gold. They turn that back around. For Zoomers, they've been playing the map so well, splitting up these heroes on Thunder Predator, but they like re-engage so beautifully afterwards. You know, they're just hitting their stride, probably feeling very good for taking the series 2-1 so far and winning that lower bracket final in the 3-0 yesterday. I mean, these guys, they got to be on a winner's high or something.
Yeah, I mean, Thunder Predator looks borderline unstoppable. I mean, watching him at this point in the game, it's 11-3. Yes, you are going into the Naga Siren here from Sammy Boy, but, I mean, again, he doesn't have his Manta. It got killed on Curry. He's waiting for so long to get this item completed, slowing down his farm that much more. He's itemizing for a Butterfly next. And these supports have to just rush 4 staffs because Ricky is in the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Brax bottom lane pops the Bulwark, but you just have to TP. The Terrorize might save him, and it does. But that's a big spell commitment.
Do you think you saw that one coming on MNZ?
Yeah, you can see
know.
Terrorize. You can see the AoE.
My bad. I thought you couldn't see if it was cast from Fog.
Enchantress gets found. I mean, yes, you're okay for a moment, but Walrus Punch makes quick work of the Enchantress for sure.
Yeah. So their backs are against the wall yet again. They start shoving down this tier 2 tower here, and this will open up an outpost. It's pre-20 minutes in. You could just pop this exorcism for that, but that's a 15-minute catapult still here in the bottom lane.
Is it really? Oh my gosh. Well, they're TPing everyone to the mid lane.
Tower is under attack.
Gunner does almost have an MKB, a surprising pickup. I did not really expect him to get it that quickly. But yeah, I mean, it is just, I guess, Boots, Bottle into Monkey King Bar, and he's only about 100 gold away.
I mean, a lot of this damage is going to come out from just...
Oh, the Burrow Strike comes in, catches 2, and some big kills. He's able to get the wind run off. Tombstone on the high ground. Brax not going to be lucky enough to survive that one. Leo style with a haste rune. Just going to chase down Gunner here, it seems. Another another wind run comes out, but I don't know what you do. Ocean's got no terrorized. Wait a... What? They blind Burrow Strike the Dark Willow. Gunner, you led them right to your boy.
Not the hero they wanted, but the hero they deserve, I suppose.
You know, there's one rule in Dota when it comes to, you know, playing with friends, and it's don't bring that over here, you know?
I
And
think that's the rule of any game when this would be terrifying approaching.
Gunner just broke that rule. He brought it straight over there. Ocean, he's very sad about it.
Well, they're forced to get back now. Exorcism, the entire duration of that one wasted as Leo Style was trying to chase the Wind Ranger down, and it would have been pretty miserable if you lost Gunner right there. He was very close to that MKB. Does end up finishing it now, and as I was trying to talk about before, you only really need to bring down these 2 heroes, and getting either one of them is going to...
Ooh, the smokes pop in the mid lane here. Sacred, he's available. Terrorize is going to catch 2, and now Sand King way out of position. There's the MKB damage. They will take down the Sand King. The Song of the Siren comes out. He's just going to focus the Tombstone. Sick play by them. Now the question is, can they kill Ricky? This is the hero. The spear comes out, pins him. It doesn't hit the tree, but the shackle is there, and they will finish him off, and now they are in so much trouble. Death Prophet surrounded, does have a Yules. They're going to be able to snowball to the backside, but Gunner with the wind run, he's going to be fine, and now Slade's way out of position, super deep into the fight, and Husky, the enchant onto the Leo-style Death Prophet. MJZ's like, guys, look at me, I swear I'm a more important kill. Don't kill my Death Prophet. Gunner going to continue the chase, see if he can close the gap onto this Death Prophet, but I don't think it's going to happen. Too far away, but a 4 for 0.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful. Great initiation, popping that song in the siren. I thought they might have been able to escape the Thunder Predator when the spear was off the mark to that tree there, but shackle shot there from Wind Ranger ended up cleaning things up. Death Prophet just struggling to take these fights, and if you manage to get either the Ricky or the Death Prophet, I don't think they have the damage anymore, which is why the MKB pickup first on Gunner is so good.
Yep.
Being able to burst someone down, worry about staying alive later as long as you take down either Ricky or Death Prophet in these fights.
So we finally have a Blink Dagger pickup here on Brax. I mean, he has been struggling. We saw, Sand King have a 15-minute Blink Dagger this game after what was an abysmal start. All right, it looks like they really just want to force the exorcism for the Roshan. Samboy's just gonna walk in there and be like, "Sup, dude? How you doing?" Leo style. He's gonna be forced to Yules himself, potentially the terrorize pump fake, but he gets silenced by the Ricky, and he's gonna go down. Husky in so much trouble. The Burrow strike epicenter. Everyone goes down as he kills himself on a blade mail there from Gunner.
Oh my God, beautiful pickup, and They right beside the Roches. They take that team fight with Exorcism up. They're basically giving this one away. So it will be Aegis and Ricky. He's going to be able to dive as far as he wants with this one. MNZ with this battle theory that I was talking about as well. He's ready to scale to the late game. Play this as long as he has to. An absolute disaster for 4 Zoomers after they took an incredible fight. It's just a matter of who gets the favorable initiation off, it seems.
Was Brax there, or was he just not there? I don't know.
I don't think he was there. He's farming elsewhere with very little mana.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah, very awkward initiation. Ocean almost gets a nice terrorize, but just gets jumped by the Ricky and didn't have the Force Staff, I guess, or had already committed it to try and save someone else. And when that happens, you're looking at like you're in a pretty bad spot. The damage coming out from this Sand King, so much magic damage to be able to burn through this Naga Siren.
Be careful right now.
MJZ might be in trouble, Leo style. I mean, we saw this Blade Mail just completely reflect all the damage back to that Wind Ranger in the last fight as she just destroyed herself on that focus fire.
Now you do have the ability to interrupt it just by toggling the ability, but if it comes out that fast, you're definitely taken by surprise. Something he'll have in mind for this next team fight for sure. The optimal pickup on Leo style, though. He's going for this Lotus Orb net. Do a lot of work being able to dispel that Naga Siren net. Being able to deal with Dark Willow as well. That Curse Crown, either being able to reflect it or dispel it from one of your allied heroes. Any kind of dispel is pretty important in this game. Top lane, I think they'll finally get this top tier 1 tower. Not important enough for 4 Zoomers to defend it, though they are playing somewhat close.
I mean, they got mid. Yeah, they just lost their mid tower for this push, so that's kind of odd. Now Samuel can invade your triangle and farm and cut waves that much more efficiently, so that might have been an oversight from Thunder Predator. I think when you have this much of a lead, there's no reason to give up a tower like that. But they're going to continue the push to the top tier 2, so may end up netting them a little bit more in the long run. And bottom lane, Brax, as well as the rest of 4 Zoomers, rotating down to try and finish off another tower.
I'm not sure this one's going to happen. More aggressions come out from Thunder Predator before you get this bottom tier 1. They're waiting for their abilities to come off cooldown, but Epicenter and Exorcism are
there it is.
available.
Oh, a 2-man Burrow Strike comes in. He drops the arena. He's just going to try and TP out on this Dark Willow, but a perfect snowball from Sladen to cancel. What an incredible play here coming in from Thunder Predator once again as Sacred's Sand King is just destroying 4 Zoomers game after game.
Yep. So for anyone a little bit
Gunner top lane, he's gonna get caught by the. Oh my lord! Where is that damage? He has a TD.
damage increased by 100% on Ricky. I mean, this is not even factoring in the backstab damage he does, and he's hit level 18 now. This guy is absolutely insane.
He just 3-shot at the Wind Ranger.
Yup, I gotta say, I'm impressed they named this hero after you. This is a pretty good hero.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Well, obviously, Ice Frog's a pretty big fan of you.
Yeah. I'd say who isn't, but I have a lot of haters out there, so. As long as the Siren comes out, he's just going to have to TP. Just trying to buy space for the boys. Obviously, no way to get in range. Just cancel that as he's just too busy cutting waves. Trying to slow this game down, give his team some space to work with.
Yeah, they're keeping the net worth pretty even between these two teams, but XP pretty heavily in favor of Thunder Predator. And again, they're wanting to play this fast. They are prepared to go late with this Battle Fury on Ricky, but they do have the ability to end this if you take a couple more bad fights on Zoomers.
I mean, we look at one of the big issues here is tower push on the side of 4Zoomers lineup, right? It's pretty much just Naga Siren, whereas you have this Death Prophet on the side of Thunder Predator, who just melts structures. You know, she's level 16. She's going to get the 3rd point in Exorcism here in a couple levels. It becomes very difficult to deal with her. I mean, she has so much armor. This Blade Mail into Plate Mail, eventually going to be a Lotus Orb. And yeah, I just really big fan of the build here coming in from Leo Style. He's had an incredible tournament.
Well, he saw exactly what it was Gunnar was going for, right? That MKB knowing you can either blow up him or the Ricky. And it's a little bit too difficult to stay on top of this Ricky, being able to pop the tricks of the trade, the blink strike. So he thinks, okay, well, I'll keep you off me for 4.5 seconds by popping this. I can keep you off me for another 2.5 with my Yule Scepter. That's all the time that we need in order to close you out with MNZ on your backline. I mean, look what he did to Gunnar last time.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I did not expect it.
There goes the Aegis, unfortunately.
Right.
I think they timed this because they teleport.
They have vision of this. Sammy Boy, you gotta not be initiated on. That would be a rough one. A great Bramble Maze on the backside, able to hold him in place. Sammy Boy immediately BKBs. They're just gonna try. Oh, the blink out. They bait the 10-second BKB of the Naga Siren. Oh, that is a disaster.
They were probably so certain they were going to commit onto that one after they saw the Exorcism come out, but I think that was just in response to the Shackle shot because the Aegis had expired, and now no BKB. You're more than happy to take a fight, at very least get this tier 2 tower here on Thunder Predator, and that will open up the outpost.
Yeah, they have no desire to push here now, or to defend this tier 2. They will be able to go in aggressively, almost finds Gunnar, but Ocean trapped outside the base. Forstaffs him the wrong way, but it looks like he's still going to be okay. Nice arena. The spear comes in, holds Tusk into place to terrorize, catching him as well. They might get the Tusk. A single pick-off, you know, not the best, but it is something. The question is, can they get more MJZ on the run and snare to cancel that? They will get to some signs of life here from 4Zoomers, but they are still struggling against this Thunder Predator lineup.
Didn't end up getting any of the core heroes on their way out. You did protect your tier 2 tower, which is a bit of a win in my opinion after your Exorcism was completed. So establish yourself around the Roche pit for the next 1.5 minutes here.
And one of the things too to note is during this whole time, Naga Siren was shoving mid with illusions and cutting bot. So, you know, while they were trying to take this tier 2 top, you're getting more and more farm. Top lane, MNZ, this is not exactly where you want to be, but this is where Sacred wants to be as he just sets up a beautiful blink. Epicenter, the Burrow Strike is there. Another kill going his way. MNZ able to purge off that Cursed Crown, and now Brax thrown into the air. Ocean going to go down as well. Triple kill for the Ricky. It's going to be an Ultra. Ricky is crushing this team.
Yeah, this newly found Orb of Destruction just increasing his damage even more. Nothing that they're able to do about this guy. They need to somehow get their hands on him, but favorable initiations every time by MNZ, and your tier 2 tower that you played so hard to defend is now down, and they approach your high ground. You're forced to pop this Fortify.
I mean, he is level 21. He got that Blink Strike cast range, which wasn't really that useful in that fight, but I mean, the cast range is 1375. It is borderline screen wide. So you can if you see a hero, you can grab them essentially. Also allows you to get out of the fight very quickly, which is you know, key on this hero.
There's your Leo Style has just hit to level 18 and has Exorcism the same time he completes a Shiva's Guard. Ricky might be waiting for one more item, but they're basically ready to close this out. I think all they need to wait on now is Aegis and Cheese from this next Roche.
Oh, a Titan Sliver, huh? I think you give that to Leo Style, right? Over the Bullwhip.
I mean, he's whipping himself quicker when he needs to get out of these team fights. I know that for sure. But he's got something flying out to him right now. What's he? Yeah, he's got the Titan Sliver.
Sammy Boy queues up an Eye of Scotty and a Divine Rapier. He's like, okay, guys, we need a Hail Mary play here. We are in serious trouble. And I think they're realizing it as they're now 5,000 behind here in this best of 5 grand finals. And, you know, Thunder Predator is not looking like they're going to slow down anytime soon.
Well, it's not the net worth that's a problem, but the XP. They're heavily out leveling all the 4Zoomers here. They're up 15,000 XP.
Holy crap. Yeah, looking at the hero levels here. That is pretty rough.
Yeah. Ocean has hit level 12 and is working on a Ghost Scepter, but doesn't have much else to his name.
And the thing is, Ricky's going to have a nullifier in not that long. Like, he is very close to this nullifier. As soon as he has that, I mean, your force stabs mean nothing. You get Sacred's Aghanim Scepter as well, so now you have 2 forms of initiation, the Blink Dagger and the Burrow Strike from 1400 cast range.
I mean, Sammy Boy will be able to deal with it. He's got Manta-style Butterfly BKB, so he can escape from Ricky, but everyone else on your team, they're just going to die.
Yep. They're pretty much itemizing on BKBs on all their cores. Brax closing in on his, about 1,400 gold away. Sammy Boy, we saw him complete his Eye of Scotty now completed, but there's your nullifier. Ricky is now incredibly dangerous, and Brax will buy a gem, knowing that they have no choice as they have to just 5-man behind this Naga. They will smoke mid lane. They saw it. Leo style, he's here invis. He's immediately going to pop that exorcism. You could potentially turn around, but again, he's got the blade mill. He's not the target. Sammy Boy pops his BKB on the backside. They're going to be able to pin, and the great terrorize catching them. They might turn around. Leo style down the epicenter, doing so much damage. Husky almost goes down as well as Ocean, but they're fighting in this tombstone. They cannot do it. Then ultra kill goes for Sacred. He's forged to Song of the Siren. Run away here on the Naga.
He's got no BKB. Ricky, he can just...
He's going to get Burrow Striked. He's get the Nullifier as well. Sammy Boy on the run, able to purge it. Sand King may have come in a little bit too far. They turn around the buyback from Ocean. Can they get more? On the high ground, MNZ waiting for another pickoff. He knows these heroes are food for him with this nullifier, and there it is. Husky in so much trouble. The snowball as well. They get the kill. He could look for more. Sammy on the backside will take down the Undying. It's kill after kill going their way. Sladen, can he get away from Ocean? He's tried his best. And in the mid lane, MNZ in some trouble as well. You have a gem on the Naga Siren. He's chasing him down. If he can get the kill, it'd be massive, but the blink strike range. He makes it out. Naga Siren still not done. Chasing for more, but a beautiful ice shard. Sladen will make the plays to keep his boy alive. Sammy Boy able to survive the fight, keeping his team in this, recovering the gem.
Absolutely insane fight. And for Zoomers, you know, they're struggling to hold on by the skin of their teeth, it feels. These BKBs at 10 seconds, once these start to dwindle down, I'm not sure how you deal with this aggression from the Sand King. That was an absolutely insane epicenter catching everybody. I mean, Sammy and Gunner here, they managed to reduce the damage into this BKB, but oh no.
Leo style, he's coming in. They've got the arena. You do have Song on the Naga Siren, but you are not healthy enough, and she will immediately TP base. She knows they cannot let them get the Roche here. Giving Aegis Cheese over to Thunder Predator would be a borderline game-ending scenario. Having to kill this Ricky not only once, but twice, and then the Cheese going to Death Prophet would be impossible.
Yeah, these BKBs were the one saving grace to that last team fight. If they end up wasting one of these with a bad engagement into the pit, it could be all over for them. If Gunner gets blown up before he kills anyone with his MKB, it's done.
Some big item drops there. There's a Blink Burrow Strike. He catches too. The Enchantress, she just goes down immediately, and Brax as well. The Focus Fire, though, they take down Sacred. Sammy Boy's BKB still available. A nice Terrorize, catching two, but Leo style pops the Exorcism, and a lot of health coming back his way. Arena Spear holding Ricky against the wall. Do they have the damage to finish him off? Snowball coming through. They're chasing more. Sammy Boy, he's got the Song of the Siren. Will he decide to use it? Brax trying to hold his ground. Sammy Boy running as well. You gotta save your boy, Sam. You cannot afford to go down. The Yules buying him some time. Gunner, can he get out? He pops the Manta. Sammy, he gets the Song off, but 4 heroes are dead. You waited too long. The gem on the deck will be picked up by a courier.
And I think that is looking to finish off this tier 3 tower by backdooring it, even though the creeps aren't here. They'll move back to the Roshan. There's nothing they're going to be able to do to stop them. Still down for another 45 seconds here on Gunner. Sammy Boy just barely getting out with the Song of the Siren. It ended up being way too late. He's still got the Divine Rapier queued up. That Hail Mary play you were talking about, but Thunder Predator, they've almost got everything they need. They get closer and closer to their victory and closing out this best of 5.
Sammy Boy was trying to hold the Song of the Siren here for the Roche contest, and they do force it out of him, and now you don't really have a lot of options here. I mean, his illusions causing some issues for Sladen, but you cannot go in for this. They are sending the courier. It might get the cheese. Oh, it almost picks up the cheese. Goes over to Leo style. So Again, the Aegis and She's going the way of Thunder Predator. Now a 10,000 gold lead. The experience up to over 20,000 at this point.
And now Thunder Predator, they're waiting these 60 seconds. It's just going to be a number of items coming online for them. Death Prophet's Aghanim Scepter, just about complete, 120 gold off. And just completing your BKB now on this Ricky. I'm not sure if you should definitely save for buyback. I mean, you don't want to be playing it this close here and go down these team fights. For Zoomers, you know, if they manage to take things favorably and get a good initiation off, they can still win this, but it's getting difficult.
Yeah, I mean, this game has just, it feels, again, they've been able to shut down Brax and Gunner so hard out of these, you know, mid and off lanes, and it just felt like there's no way back into it for them. I mean, his Mars is incredibly underfarmed. I mean, he's behind the Undying.
Yeah, I mean, it's all Sammy Boy, you know, eating up all the farm on the map. He's sitting at 27,000 net worth. He's funneling everything off the map, and though he's keeping the gold lead relatively even despite you losing most of these fights, XP is heavily in the favor of Thunder Predator because of what you're doing.
Yeah. You get the level 20 here on Leo's style, so he's got that additional 400 HP, the Titan Sliver, and an Arcane Rune bottled up. So you're going to have to deal with Exorcism on a low cooldown here in the next fight. Sammy Boy just constantly trying to cut these waves. I mean, he's doing a good job at stalling this out. The question is who really wins as this goes late, because Thunder Predator is just out farming you.
I do think you win on 4 Zoomers eventually, but the farm isn't going on to these other heroes. It is all on Sammy Boy. And just that by itself isn't enough.
They're trying so hard to find him. Everything being committed to chase him here in the top lane, but he guesses right. He's going to TP on out, and his illusion is going to continue to try and cut waves as much as possible here. Yeah, the question is, does he buy the Divine Rapier? He is also queued up in Abyssal Blade. He's still holding on to the Demon Edge.
Ricky's trying to do everything he can as well in order to shut down Sammy Boy. He ended up committing for this Monkey King bar. I don't really agree with this choice. I think he would have done plenty of damage jumping on these other heroes and focusing them. I mean, it does help with Gunner a little bit as well, but...
Dude, you get Trickster Cloak. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This item is amazing. They're going to head up and put it on the Sand King Sacred. They've had a hard time killing him, but now he has 20% evasion and 20% more magic resistance.
Yeah. So they need to try to stall this out for another 2 minutes here on 4 Zoomers. Wait for this Aegis to expire. Try to take as much, or take these team fights in the best possible way. Illusionist Cape found by Ricky. Imagine he'll probably... I'm not sure if he'll put that on. I mean, he's pumping out so much damage with this Orb of Destruction.
I'll probably take it again. Yeah, why not? It is good. Agility and strength is fantastic for this hero. Orb of Destruction is nice, but he can kill anyone he wants no matter what. I think he just wants to make sure he doesn't die, and the Illusionist Cape is, you know, more damage, essentially.
Mid tower.
Sammy Boy's got to cut mid, but he doesn't have illusions in place, and they know this, so they're immediately going to go ahead and pop that Exorcism and now hunt for the jungle and try and find this Naga who has been giving them so many problems, but he's TPing out again already. He's already gone. Sammy Boy, he's in your brain.
Yeah, not living in your lanes, but in your head, rent-free.
I mean, Sammy. Exorcism committed. He buys the Divine. That is it. They buy the Divine. They smoke up immediately. I mean, you've got to get something here. Spell Prism and Flicker both drop here. These are fantastic drops. Now the question is, I mean, Gunner has to take the Spell Prism, right? Oh, he's going to take Flicker. Okay. Ooh, I mean, that's a great way to get out of the cloud. Okay, that's actually really nice for him.
Yeah, getting out of the cloud. It deals with the Nullifier as well. Is something you're blinking a little bit of range away from him while you're hit by that Nullifier.
Oh, never mind. That Spell Prism was for Leo style. My bad. They get one just now here on the side of 4 Zoomers. No one's taking it quite yet, but Sammy Boy, he's under the cover of this Ninja Gear smoke. A little bit afraid. Doesn't really know where the enemy team is. He hasn't made it to level 25. The question is, do you take 25% evasion or Riptide armor, you know?
No. MNZ is also facing a dangerous question. He finds a double damage rune, but his Aegis expires at the exact same time. him thinking about going for one of these Hail Mary plays that you're talking about. He's 120 gold away from buyback, so the moment he kills anything or even collects a little bit of passive gold or somebody grabs a bounty, he will have buyback. But right now, a bit dangerous with what he's doing.
Sammy Boy leaves this top tower at 80 HP. I'm assuming he sends the illusions back to kill it, right? Okay, no, he doesn't see. Small play police here. I'm sure this man has nothing to think about at this current moment of the game.
Yeah.
This guy, there's no way he's multitasking in any way.
No, I'm sure this game is completely stress-free for him. It's not like if he dies, he just ends up losing. Oh, he's actually spent all of his buyback gold. He has the Abyssal and the Divine Rapier.
I mean, there's no reason to save if you have Divine, right? You just got to all in. He's getting stronger. I mean, this guy does almost over 600 damage in auto attack. Has the Abyssal Blade as well. He's going to run right into Slade, and Abyssal Blade comes out. Holy crap! That damage. It is enough as they will finally take down this Tusk. It seems, yes, they do, but in comes the rest of the boys. Gunner's just almost dead. He does go down. The Exorcism finishes him, and they all need to leave the BKB, the Song of the Siren. They're all disengaging. Gunner buys back into the game. So does Tusk. Sammy Boy on the run. They're looking for Husky in the mid lane. He does get force staffed. A solid disengage there from 4 Zoomers, afraid to continue to fight into them. I mean, Gunner just got immediately stunned and blown apart.
Yeah, I don't think that was Exorcism, actually. I'm pretty sure that was, God, I think that was just the Aghanim Scepter ghost coming out, and it looked like it because he hit so many targets with that Crypt Swarm.
Right now, buyback status, 3 available here for 4 Zoomers. 2 available on Thunder Predator, but they're not the ones who really need to worry about buyback status, as they are just controlling so much of the map at the current stage of the game. And here we go. They're going to get ready to move for this high ground siege here. You don't have the Aegis and Cheese like they've had on previous pushes, so I guess you do have Cheese on Leo style still, but this is a massive hold here. They are, Sammy Boy's able to stay under the cover of the smoke thanks to the Ninja Gear. Sladen almost gets Abyssal Bladed again, but will think smarter and back on out.
Yeah, they might just be waiting for this next Roche, second Cheese, potentially Refresher Orb, Aghanim Shard, Aghanim Scepter, Aghanim's Blessing, my god.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
One of the Aghanim something. Death Prophet already has the eggs for himself. I think they'll probably pass it over to Ricky, just give him that
Smoke
much
up
more.
mid. They're going to find Sladen. Oh, Brax misses, and they drop a tombstone immediately. You got to deal with that, or you have to back. Song of the Siren on the backside of the fight. The Burrow Strike comes in from Saken, a little bit off the mark. He will take the tombstone, but you've committed a lot. The Abyssal Blade, it catches Ricky. Can they kill him? He's able to get the BKB off. Tricks the trade as well. He's able to run away. Gunner, the epicenter. Can they take down the Naga Siren? The Cursed Crown comes out, holding Tusk in place. Sacred, protected by the BKB. The sides, the Nullifier, it's dodged by the Manta. They're doing a great job here trying to keep Sammy Boy alive. He needs to get on out. Sacred, he burrow strikes forward. He's going to pay for it with his life, potentially. MJZ, Sammy Boy is falling too low. You got to back on out. Sacred still survives through it. Oh, you're kidding me. Ocean will TP out. He's going to be successful. It's a 1 for 4, or 1 for 3.
Those buybacks coming out immediately afterwards, but Gunner now down for 90 seconds with no buyback, and they've decided whether or not they're going to stick around, wait for a potential Roche, or try to close out this game right now. I'm not sure they realize that. Oh, they do. Gunner's got no buyback for 5.5 minutes right now. They got to try to end right now. That's got to be the play. But they're afraid without the Exorcism.
They are. I mean, going high ground. I mean, you don't have a lot of tower push without the Death Prophet's ultimate. That's one of the limiting factors here. On the Thunder Predator draft, right? Ricky does not hit towers very well. Like, yes, you do have a lot of damage on your items, but if you're the one on the tower, you are at a huge risk of going down. Like, they can burst you. You don't have any status resistance. You don't have a BKB, anything like that. So you do have to be very careful.
Wow. They take that team fight and they get nothing out of it other than a bit of XP and gold, which is becoming worth less and less as this game continues to go on here. Just holding this triangle now, waiting for Roshan to respawn. The one saving grace of 4 Zoomers is it is a bit of a lengthy respawn. I think near the max timer. So you could take a fight into it and potentially contest this Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, Shard, or maybe Aghanim's Blessing here. I think if they get that, suddenly you can play way further forward on Sammy Boy in these team fights. Last time was incredibly scary for him. Scary for MNZ as well. He's playing without buyback right now.
Yeah, he absolutely is. I mean, Buyback status is looking really rough. Net worth, obviously, is still quite a different story as this Naga Siren closing in on 40,000. However, Sammy boy. Oh my gosh. They're a little bit afraid to initiate onto the Naga Siren, and Invis rune there on Leo Styles. He just kind of squeaks on by. What a smoke up here from 4 Zoomers. The illusion, they start to make their way out. The Terrorize doesn't come in time. Sacred, that's onto the wrong illusion. That's not what you wanted. The Abyssal Blade Wind Ranger is dead. No buyback. Sammy boy, he has Song. He's going to have to commit it immediately. And now with Sacred here as well, the Yules, they cancel his TP. The arena is out. Sammy boy, he's got to run. You cannot afford to go down the Burrow Strike. That is a rapier on the deck. MNZ grabs it, and now they're going to chase into the base. Brax melts under the damage. And on the backside of the fight, Husky and Ocean will just TP out. You buy back on Naga, but does it even matter?
How can you possibly fight Ricky when he's got this kind of damage? The Divine Rapier now in his hands. They back up because they're a little bit worried, but they're just backing up to take Roche. I mean, this is Aegis, Cheese, and Eggen and Blessing. I think this is all over now.
Sammy boy's trying to stand his ground, but it's just not going to be enough. He's just going to die back. That is the end of the game. The Zoomers, they call it GG as Thunder Predator take the BTS Pro Series Season 4 3-1.
Absolutely incredible game by them. And Thunder Predator, a hell of a last 2 days, taking out multiple teams here, winning the Movistar Liga Pro Gaming Season 6 3-0. Ricky, 3-1, they managed to beat 4 Zoomers. It just wasn't enough. They looked so clean this entire tournament. Brax did such an amazing job of rounding out their draft, but
Thunder Predator's the better team, man. It honestly, I went into this thinking that they were definitely evenly matched after game 1 and game 2. It seemed so, but Thunder Predator are too clean, man. This team absolutely deserves this victory. They have played an incredible tournament. They got knocked down to the lower bracket by 4 Zoomers at the very beginning of the playoffs and just steamrolled their way all the way through the grand finals, only dropping 2 games. I mean, what's this team score over the last 2 days? They went what, like 13-2 or something in the last couple days? Like, this team just absolutely crushed the North American, South American scene here.
Yeah, and what a way for them to end 2020. Congratulations to our new champs, Thunder Predator. You know, I was thinking this is Leo Styles' year. This is Leo Styles' tournament. The guy just not resting, nonstop Dota. And, you know, the amount of practice they got from the games that they were playing definitely paid off here. That game, it definitely could have gone either way. I was thinking the later this goes, the better off they're going to be. But MNZ ended up scaling so well into the late game with that Battle Fury. And Thunder Predator had an amazing series and run through this tournament. Congratulations again to them.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said any better. There's not much else to talk about. It is just incredible performance from this South American powerhouse, and 4 Zoomers put in a hell of an effort. They will finish 2nd place in the tournament. 3rd place will be Sad Boys, as we saw them eliminated earlier by Thunder Predator. I mean, Thunder Predator played 8 games of Dota today. How many games of Dota did they play? 3? Okay, no.
That was their 7th
7 games of Dota straight today. I mean, I'm mentally exhausted. I can't imagine how they are feeling, but these guys did not slip up. What an amazing day of Dota here on the BTS Pro Series Season 4. This tournament would not have been possible without our sponsor, Monster. So thank you guys so much for keeping us energized throughout the whole tournament. And Neff, final thoughts. How do we round this bad boy out?
You know, 4 Zoomers, they had a great run. I don't want to take away from that. You know, they ended up in the upper bracket here. Ended in the grand finals, being able to take a game off of Thunder Predator, but not quite able to close out the series. Nothing to be ashamed of course. I really hope that this team sticks together for the DPC, but I know a lot of teams that they have different things planned, and looking forward to what both of these teams have planned coming up on the 18th when the pro circuit restarts in 2021.
Dude, so excited for the regional leagues. The pro circuit is going to bring so much more hype to both of these regions. NA and SA have some incredible teams. And yeah, I'm like you said, I hope that they stick together. I think it would be an incredible roster. It'll be nice to see all of these teams, you know, duking it out head to head for tops in their regions. But I mean, these teams, they definitely seem like they deserve to be here today in the grand finals. And that's going to do it. We've had an incredible tournament. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for everyone that tuned in. And thank you so much for Beyond the Summit, for giving us an opportunity here to cast for you on this main stage. It means the world to me. It's the best way I could have asked to finish 2020. I honestly, like, it's surreal. That's all I can say.
Ricky, only started casting with you recently, but you've been doing an amazing job. Our observer, Jerry, we give him a lot of crap, but he did all right this tournament as well. It was an absolute blast.
Yeah. Everyone, make sure to go check out Neff here at Neff Sensei on Twitch and Twitter. This guy is a staple, an absolute powerhouse in the scene, and y'all need to definitely keep up with him. If you want to keep up with me, you can check me out at rcryptic. But we have done it. We have done our duty. We have casted so much Dota over the last 2 weeks, and I am so happy with every minute of it. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Mesti je ada benda tak cukup bila kita nak cepat ni, kan? Dah sampai dah beras saya. Kasih.
Food Panda, keriangan dengan setiap pesanan.
So great lockdown. You've got the Wind Ranger, you've got the Mirana, you've got the Phoenix, all of which are quite mobile until you get Dream Coiled, in which case you aren't mobile at all anymore. And of course, there's great scalability with the puck once you go into the Aghanim Scepter. I can't even remember what the Aghanim shards do because I never played puck, John, but I'm sure it's something oh, you know what it is? It's that when you use the silence, you knock people back, right?
Yep.
All right.
It's allows for you to self-break the coil if you position yourself right. Pretty interesting pickup. Not sure if you're gonna really rush it, but when you get the Ags, I suppose, gives you that added utility. You still have options here. Cuckoo has played puck before. He plays offlane puck as well.